The college basketball experience preview and picks episode for Sunday, March 9th. The Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Edge Boost. Earn up to $750 per month on your sports gambling transactions. Go to edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. And we're also brought to you by Rhythm, the leader in data-driven picks and props. Rhythm is giving away a $250 future and throwing a March Madness party. Go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/party for all those details. And remember, as always, folks, too, let it ride.
Hey, this is Pac-Man Jones. You're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Welcome to the college basketball experience preview and picks episode for Sunday, March 9th. The madness is here. It struck. We will be talking about it all as we got one game still going on. YouTube.com/the college experience. Hop on over there, hit that like and subscribe button because we're rolling. Another winning day and a lot of fun games, regardless of some winners, some losers, and we're going to talk about every single one. And then tomorrow's slate is the best Sunday in a while. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, my name is Colby Dant, Dan, aka Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
He's the kind of guy that would drink a gallon of gasoline so he could piss in your campfire. You could drop this guy off at the Arctic Circle wearing a pair of bikini underwear without his toothbrush, and tomorrow afternoon he's going to show up at your poolside with $1 million smile and a fistful of pesos.
Oh, we made more than a fistful of pesos today. We had buzzer beaters. We had wacky games. We had dumbass fouls. We had missed free throws, dust ups, everything. Let's go. I am joined by my co-host. He is the host of the Ryan and Rush Show. Also, check out the College Basketball Experience pregame show each and every day. We're breaking it all down, line movement and everything. Give it up for former video coordinator for Hall of Fame coach Bob Huggins and Frank Martin, Ryan McIntyre, a.k.a. Monelon Mac. How are you, bro?
Doing good, man. I hate to break to you the bad news. On the East Coast, it's about to be 2:38 in the morning. It's the daylight savings time. Yeah. But hey, let's talk about some hoops.
Mac tonight! Come on, make it Mac tonight!
Why do we still have daylight savings? That shit should have been gone. I mean,
it just fucking
first thing
I go, God damn, it's about to be fucking 3:00 in the morning.
All right, well, let's call it a show. We had winners. Tomorrow's lineup's great. Sportsgamblingpodcast.com. Click on the picks page. No, we don't phone it in. We go through every game. We ate shit out the gate. Actually, I ate, the early morning slate. Whew. I got to like 3:00 or 2:30 in the afternoon. I was like, am I down $500 right now? I am. Kentucky 91, Mizzou 83. We both eat a steaming hot pile of shit here. What's happened to Mizzou? Great win for Kentucky. Shout out to Big Blue Nation, but man, Mizzou has lost 4 of 5. Everyone was ready to give Dennis Gates the coach of the year. Your thoughts?
Yeah, ever since that stupid ass court storm take by Missouri, they have.
Oh yeah, that's the gods.
Just like Wake. Ever since the court storm.
Those are the gods. You guys don't buy in. You don't believe me, but the gods are up there. They don't like that bullshit. All right. So, but what a good win for Kentucky. Andrew Carr had a big day. I watched this entire game, and Kentucky led wire to wire basically. So bad play. But I got to admit, it's quite funny that they've been losing left and right ever since that bitch ass stuff.
4 out of 5. They lost 4 out of 5. But yeah, to your point, Kentucky's the story here. I mean, that was a hell of a win. That was a hell of a win. To go in there and wire to wire. Mark Pope, year number 1, they have a winning record in the SEC. So shout out to Big Blue Nation. I thought this felt like a scheduled loss, but Missouri never showed up in this game.
Yeah, I thought so too, man. I really thought so too. But yeah, I mean, this was like wire to wire. I mean, maybe Mizzou had a lead early on, like first 10 points or something, but whew, what a fucking ass whooping. Then there's this one, which if you got the SGPN app, when I got done with the show last night, I got this at this actually hit as a lock of mine, but in reality, I bet this at 1, so it was a push. Mississippi State battled back. This game was awesome, by the way. Arkansas 93, Miss State 92. Your thoughts on this one?
Fucker missed a bunny. I mean, point blank. Wait, did you take Mississippi State?
I took Arkansas with you. You convinced me to take Arkansas.
I didn't remember if you so you did lock it up on the pregame show or.
No, I locked it up on the show last night. I said, all right, you convinced me, but
maybe you did. I mean, there were 100 games, but dude, how about Calipari? I mean, let's give him a little bit of a shout out. They started 1-6 in league play, and then they won 7 out of 11. They're in. There's no doubt about it. There's no bubble. There's no. I guess if a bunch of bid sealers came in, maybe they could get bounced, but they are 99.9% in, and they've had injuries too. So give Calipari a lot of credit for rallying the troops. That Kentucky win really turned their season around.
Yeah. I mean, and he's done that with some injuries too. So he's done a really good job down the stretch there. Hopefully we get Kentucky, Arkansas round 2 in the SEC tournament. You cashed. I stayed away from this one. This is probably what you're thinking of. You cashed on Georgia.
No.
Minus the points against Vandy. I backed away. Said no. This is on you. And the dogs are safely in too now. I mean, This is nice. Snow White doing a hell of a job this year, man.
Yeah, I mean, 2 weeks ago after they lost at Auburn, they were 16-11, 4-10 in league play, and we're like, all right, they got to win 3 out of 4. Well, fuck, they won all 4. That's how a bubble team responds, and give Georgia a lot of credit. Their non-con was good. They backed it up. They win 20 games, and they're it. They're not a bubble team anymore. They punched their ticket today and this week with these wins.
That's the thing. I feel like most teams on the bubble won today, though.
The SEC is a little sketchy how these bubble teams keep winning. I'm on to the SEC's voodoo shit.
Sankey. He wants to get his 96 teams in. I think if he has some teams not make it, he's built the perfect thing. Well, they had key wins. This game, this was worth the ride, even though I lost. And when I lost more money than I realized.
Marquette.
Oh my God, man. I forgot I had betted it. I had bet it the night prior. And when I woke up like this morning after a couple hours sleep, I like rushed to get the bet in. I forgetting that I had bet it before, but I felt good about it.
Fucking balls.
This game was awesome, by the way, though. This game, Marquette should have never went to overtime. Marquette was a bunch of bums blowing their opportunity to put the game away. But man, the Johnnies they can't even lose when they want to lose. Your thoughts on this one? Shout out to Rick Pitino for completing the sweep on Shaka Smart. Yeah, they're saying fire Shaka in the chat. No. Stop. You remember Wojo?
Yeah, chill.
Yeah.
chill. Who said that? Who said that? Come
Jim.
on.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? They've been a disappointment this year, but they're still 22-9. And then last year, 27-10. Year before that, 29-7. Marquette's been a really good program over the last 4 years. This year has been disappointing, and maybe they miss Tyler Kolek. I mean, that guy was pretty.
Oh, they certainly
good.
do. They
That
certainly
guy was
do.
pretty fucking good, and the big fella Oso was pretty goddamn good. Cam Jones, I thought that he would will them to a senior day victory, but they just.
I mean, this ending was ridiculous.
That play could not have summed up both the team season. Marquette is always this close. It feels like they tickle you and be like, hey, we'll show you flashes. We could be a really good team, but we won't finish the goddamn thing. The same shit happened at the Garden a couple weeks ago when they played. But then the Johnnies, they finish. They always find a way to win these goddamn games. Rick Pitino, unbelievable, this fucking guy. Even goes like Jimmy Fallon and wins. What the fuck?
Yeah, unbelievable.
That video was cool, by the way.
Oh, yeah, it was. Shout out to Ferris. No, I didn't. I'm sorry. How the hell do I do that again? Shout out to Ferris giving us $2. What's the best mid-major job in college basketball? We can't say Gonzaga. I'm assuming he's saying it's probably Memphis. Would be mine. They have a lot of money. They're in an area of the country that I think is pretty rich in talent. Memphis has FedEx money. That's the first one that would jump to my mind. Maybe Grand Canyon.
Grand Canyon.
Something with a lot of money. You know, now that SMU's is
VCU.
What's that?
It's about to be VCU with the money they're pumping into that NIL and already the tradition.
Yeah, VCU's up there. Dayton's up there.
Dayton's up there.
But my answer, I think Memphis got a $25 million donation from FedEx last year. I mean, that's serious fuck you money. You know what I mean? Like, so I would have to put them at the top. Now I know obviously Penny struggled in March, but for the next coach or whoever, as long as they have FedEx riding with them, that's a lot of money. So that's probably the best gig, just from a financial standpoint. Any other ones? I mean, any other ones you would throw out there?
No, I mean the ones in the A10, VCU and Dayton, year in and year out. From like
High Point could be on the eventually there. They have a lot of money, but yeah.
I mean, Rob says Utah State, but they're not even really a mid-major. Gonzaga's not even a mid-major anymore. They're going to the Pac-12. And Utah State's going to the Pac-12. Who else? San Diego State. Those aren't even mid-majors anymore.
Well, I guess if you classify the Pac-12 as a mid-major, but mid-major conference, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, to me, I would just say what the best job is probably the one that's the best funded. You know what I mean?
And just like fan support and following.
Yeah, and history. I mean, Memphis has a great history too. They've been to a bunch of Final Fours, and national championships, and Elite Eights. Go back and look at the '80s. I think they won like three times maybe in the '80s. Something like that.
My top three would be Memphis, Dayton, and VCU because of money and track record and culture.
Yeah, I think Grand Canyon's got some money though. I think Grand Canyon.
Yeah, they don't have the
history
tradition that those other three have. Those other three have been winning for two decades. Memphis been winning for like 4 decades now, and same with Dayton. But VCU last 2 decades have been. Pew.
Yeah, agreed. What an ending here. I didn't bet this. I think you may have. I don't remember what the number is though. So you have to tell me if you hit Miami 72, the Pussy Pack 70 on pretty much a buzzer beater.
It's a great game Philly for a shit game.
Yeah, C-Dub delivered.
I'm putting my ACC trash today. I killed the ACC. I think I swept it. Them, Syracuse, and Wake.
You lost one. The big one. You swept. Yeah.
Well, I don't count that one. That's an auto bias play. But like the fucking games that meant nothing. I mean Miami. Now Jai Lucas will take over. He'll leave Duke in the middle of a potential national championship run and go.
Still gets a ring if they win it though.
Go attack that transfer portal. I mean, dude, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I love to run my own program. I would not leave Duke in the middle of the fucking year if I got a chance to win a fucking natty. How many chances are you gonna get to win a natty? I think we've lost our mind with A, the portal date, but like B, the fact that this is actually happening. When I heard that, I was like, no, he's not gonna leave Duke after the regular season to go coach Miami in the portal season. Like he's got a fucking laptop. Can't he fucking call the recruits from his laptop? I mean, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, I mean, I think I would. It's only a month. You know,
yes.
And that's if you make it to the natty.
Yes.
So
crazy, man. Crazy.
Great ending though with the Hurricanes. Matthew Cleveland had 32 points. Drexel took down Elon. We ate shit on this one, but I wish I could have seen it because Flow Sports. We're about like a minute into the game, 2 minutes into the game, and they just lost connection. Glad to see that we're paying for this nice Flow Sports thing. And then when they came out of the connection, it was like Drexel's up 20. It was like, okay, all right, fuck, this is a bad bet. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, fucking to your point, fucking ridiculous. Flow. They got somebody's got like nude pictures of somebody to keep having these good games be on Flow. Like how this trash ass product? How did they get the CAA? The CAA is a good league to watch, and I got to load up this bullshit Flow over here, and it's fucking horrible. And thank God tomorrow is the final day of this Flow.
Yeah. Man, you win a lock battle here, but I have a big issue with this one, man. I got a big issue. St. Francis 71, the fucking Long Island Shock 68.
Rest in peace.
Long Island blew a 15-point halftime lead. Look, you should have covered this. I mean, well, Long Island was dumb enough to let them back into the game. I have a huge problem with the game, though. I don't like referees deciding the outcome of a game. So if you didn't catch the game, credit St. Francis for coming back. But to give you an idea, folks, St. Francis had a 5-point lead early on. Long Island went up the entire rest of the way. And this is the biggest lead since like the 1 minute mark, the 3-point lead, right? I truly believe Long Island was the better basketball team today. But my bigger problem is this game just should have went to overtime. So Long Island had the ball with like 20 or I think the shot clock was probably at 20. The game clock was at 29 seconds. It was tied up. St. Francis had made like a nice little like hop step jumper to tie the game up. But Long Island basically, I will say it was a shitty possession. It was a very shitty possession, but because they were unorganized, no one came to set a pick. So he tries to go ISO ball, but he shoots a 3 where his body does get hit. Well, I don't think it's a foul personally, but Long Island shoots a 3. His body gets hit as he's releasing the 3, like the after he released it clean, but his body got hit after, right? Long Island gets the offensive rebound, goes up. I thought they got fouled right there, right? But I'm okay with the no call. Less fouls is more. Then St. Francis goes all the way down the court, shoots a 3 with 1 second left. They call a foul on the landing, which to me, it was the same exact thing that happened prior on the court. It's just a bummer because the guy missed a 3. It was a late ass whistle, and it's just a terrible way to end a season and end a basketball game in general. So it was dude. Watch the tape.
It sucked to watch their season end like that. I know. I always poke it at the LIU.
I wasn't going to hit my bet. I wasn't going to hit my bet regardless, probably, but I just don't understand. Like Terrell Strickland shoots the 3, he gets hit with his body, same exact way too. Like I don't think both are fouls. I just think it's bullshit. You're calling that tiny little thing at the end of your landing. But one that I really thought like was a foul was the rebound back up. But I don't know, man. It's just a terrible way to end the season. And it's just like swallow the whistle, go to fucking overtime. I don't understand it. Like why I believe Long Island was the better team today. Like I really believe that. They were up the entire fucking game. You know what I mean? Like, no, they're dumb enough to let them come all the way back and they were a little rattled. But still, to call that foul with 1 second left, unbelievable.
That's how they beat Wagner the other night too. They beat Wagner on a 3-point foul. This fucking red flash bullshit keeps winning on these fouls on a 3-point goddamn shot. I mean, was it a foul? Yes, but it's like I hate seeing the season.
Well, the same thing happened though on the possession prior. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're gonna call that, you have to be consistent with the call prior.
Like, I think they should have called both. Like, did he foul him? Yeah, he fucking ran through his body. But it's like call both ways. But I hate watching seasons end like that because LIU, all seriousness, had a fucking hell of a year. I mean, we joke about them all the time and Lugas and all that. But I mean, what they did this year, I mean, what they finish 17th? They had a winning record.
Yeah.
They had a winning record.
Yeah.
They haven't had a winning record in like
Gerald Gillian, by the way.
Yeah.
But dude, I mean, look, they had a
season end like this, man.
I mean, they had like a 16, 17 point lead in this game.
That's the other thing. It's like, God, like if you're an LIU fan, it's like, how the fuck do we blow a 15-point halftime lead to fucking St. Francis? That's where I'm really kicking myself because it's like, dude.
That's not on the refs. That's not on the refs. That's on they were rattled. Credit to St. Francis.
Long night at Lugas for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I just thought that was cheap, man.
It sucked. It sucked seeing it end like that. It's like, oh man, this. You want to see the players play and somebody make a shot or a play to end the season, not fucking 3 free throws. But it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I just want someone. I actually thought about going to clip it. I still might this week at some point, but
are you going to open up a lawsuit?
Oh no, I wanted to clip because one's at 20. I mean, he shot that other 3 at what, maybe 12 seconds because they got the rebound and missed. So in a 12-second span, we had the same exact shit happen. Now, I do think the other one was a little more. The one was a little clearer. But
the last one?
Yeah, but I still think both were fouls. Like, if you're going to call one, you have to call the other.
He definitely fouled him because, he ran right through his fucking chest. But,
But it was late. It was late, though. He got that thing all fine. And when he came down, he got hit.
He got fucking
He
got fucking hammered. Yeah, I do.
Right.
I hate these. Well, it's a broader issue too with the shooters and all they want to do is kick out their fucking leg like they're Reggie Miller nowadays, and that's a hard play to watch nowadays. How they're officiating the jump shooter landing.
Yeah. I threw some vodka in a glass. Let's go to the fucking Long Island Sharks next year.
It was a good year, man.
Dude, by the way, the NEC, both 1 and 2 seeds probably should have lost. Central
had a 21-point lead. They should have lost. Cheers to the Sharks. Rest in peace, Lugas. You're definitely going to get rated on Monday morning.
That's true. That's true.
Investigate this season.
Are they going to be like in the CIT or NIT? They might be.
They should, man.
They might be. They might be.
They may run out of teams and put the Sharks in there. Dude, that was it was packed in there, by the way, the Steinberg. It was
yeah, let's go. So look, I opened the day up. Let me just paint the scene for people. My day, for a second, I was gonna just go jump in the lake and just drown. I lost Mizzou. I pushed on Arkansas. I lost Marquette, and I double bet Marquette. Right? I lost on Elon. I lost on Long Island, and I was just like, okay. I'm getting my ass whooped today, but don't worry, because
I think tide turning. I see. As I remember, I was raised in the desert, but tides kind of turn. It's easy to see a tide turn. Did I say those words?
The tide turned, and it started with the Horrors of Radford covering the 10.5 double lock, or 9.5, whatever the hell the number was. 76-73. This game was awesome, but
we got fucked.
Well, much like I was bitching about Long Island in that call. Yeah, man.
I mean, he traveled 6 times on one play. You have got to at least call one of them. Holy shit.
What are we, the NBA? What's happening here? Jay Billis wants it to be the NBA so bad they're taking his notes?
I'm not saying Radford was going to win, but they would have the ball down 1 with 10 fucking seconds left. For them not to call, that's a fucking joke, man. Like, that was the worst missed call of the day. Like, God, it was right in front of you. And he didn't just travel once. He traveled like 4 times.
Yeah, I mean, first off, it's a shame that it came to that because the game was awesome. It was a swing. Radford got up early.
Yep. Radford
and High Point swung back, and then Radford swung back, and this game was fucking phenomenal. So to have a big blown call like that is terrible because the game fucking delivered. It was one of the best games of the day.
Radford's a tough matchup for High Point, like we talked about. They're going to drag that shit in the mud. High Point wants to play their pretty offense. Radford's like, nah, we're going to drag your bitch ass into the mud and muck it up and play a football game. And it was a football game. It just sucks that, once again, it's like we're saying, if they call the travel, what happens? Radford's got the ball down 1 with 10 seconds. Do they make the shot? Do they miss the shot? I'd rather see Radford lose on a missed shot rather than an obvious missed travel call. But
yeah.
Congrats to High Point.
Yeah.
They get over the semifinal hump that they lost last year to Longwood.
Yeah. Shout out to Cadam. College doesn't need to become the NBA. Yeah, thank God. And should they go to a 24-second shot clock? Hell no. Shit, I was okay with the 35-second back in the day. I like strategy. Don't remove the fucking strategy. Like, that's part of the strategy. Is you get these super slow teams, and that's their MO. Yeah, Billis is insane. I don't need 4 quarters. The worst one is the advance the ball. The advance the ball one to me is just. I mean, the worst one's court storming or advancing the ball. Advancing the ball for no fucking reason is one of the dumbest rules. I think the NBA should change it back to what basketball should be, not some WWE bullshit. What a game though. Okay, so then we got off. We got off and running here because Mercer was taking on Chattanooga, and I know you bet Mercer, and I stayed away.
This one.
I got to give my guy a shout out. I did so many goddamn shows today. I want to say it was Scott Wetzel. I could be wrong though. It might have been Joe Ranieri on the Sports Grid. I think it was Joe actually. The more I think about it, I'm on the show with them. The game's going to halftime, and he's like, "Chattanooga's down." It's Joe. Joe told me this. Joe's like, "Chattanooga's down 6. We should live bet them." And I was like, yeah, they're down 6 because, for a couple of minutes, we were talking for like 10, 15 minutes. So I didn't see the final couple of minutes of the first half. So I live bet Chattanooga. And goddamn, was that a great fucking play because they scored 48 in the second half, won by 15. Boom. Your thoughts on and
I love having a 10-point dog that's up 6 at half and then gets blown out. God damn, pass me the whiskey. I loved my handicap on it. Mercer has fucked with Chattanooga, but Chattanooga, I'll give them a lot of credit. They nutted up big time. I mean, sometimes these one seeds cave. Chattanooga went into the breakdown. Earl made some adjustments, challenged their manhood. I don't know what he said to him. Gave him a little Rick Pitino speech. Where were you raised? And they came out.
They were ready. They were ready after that. Shout out to Leg Show Magazine. And when it comes to Vegas for March Madness, South Point has cheap food and good drinks. I mean, we'll be at Circa for a bit, but we will be out there. Love South Point as well. Gear up. for Merch Madness. Gear up for March Madness with Merch Madness. Yes. If you didn't know, the College Basketball Experience is part of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. So get on over to our merch store. You can get all of our great stuff with the promo code Madness. 20% off everything in the store. Get yourself a College Basketball Experience t-shirt, sweatshirt, hoodie, a Pick Done D1, this hat, DGen U, Eat Shit Pit. We believe ECU. I mean, there's so many things. Court storm that court t-shirts. I mean, there's a bunch. Just get on over there. Use that code Madness for 20% off. We're also brought to you by Edge Boost. Yes, SGPN's partnered up with Edge Boost, the premier Visa debit card for bettors. An Edge Boost card allows you to avoid the hassle of having your card denied at the sportsbook, DFS site, sweepstakes site, racetrack, or casino. Plus, you can earn up to $750 per month in cashback rewards for using your Edge Boost card. And you know your money is safe as the card is FDIC insured. And the best part is no credit checks, and it's completely free. Sign up today. Use that promo code TCESGPN so you get better cashback rewards and instant tier 2 status. That's edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. Once again, edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by mybookie.ag. Yes, MyBookie is your place to bet every single sport. Plus, there's props for every game. And MyBookie accepts customers from a ton of different locations. You can easily deposit and get lightning fast payouts using crypto. So head on over to mybookie.ag. Use the promo code TCESGPN for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Plus, they're going to give you a little $10 casino chip. Once again, that's mybookie.ag. Promo code TCESGPN. All right, we are back. And yeah, I mean, the night was starting to get good here because we hit on Radford. I hit on Chattanooga in game. And then the fucking Penn State Nittany Lions. You sure we shouldn't have a tournament, Beanick? Beanick's not here, but you sure we shouldn't have a tournament? They had some injuries. They go on the road to Wisconsin, win by 11 in a critical game for the Badgers. Fuck you, Big Ten. Fuck you, Big Ten. Penn State should be in the tournament. They have a legit shot to do damage in that tournament. You've seen it a million times over the years. You saw it with NC State a season ago. Had they had the cutoff, NC State wouldn't have been in, but they won the ACC tournament. Your thoughts, Mac, on this great performance as we double locked Penn State in the points? My only regret is I didn't take the money line.
Yeah. Mike Rhodes, those guys weren't going to quit on him. They got some seniors on that team. He's obviously very outspoken on how pissed off he is that they're not able to play in the postseason. I mean, what team in the Big Ten would want to play Penn State right now with the way that they played down the last 2 to 3 weeks? And it goes back to our point. It's the fucking conference tournament. It's not the NCAA tournament. If you participate in the conference, you should be eligible for the conference tournament. I don't know why we have stupid fucking people fucking arguing not. This is the stupidest take I've ever heard.
Yeah, I mean, injuries happen, and or you might be a first-year coach. There's several reasons why you might have got dealt a shitty schedule. We know that. I mean,
exactly. They're unbalanced schedules. Like everything is not even anymore with these schedules in these leagues and the travel situations. There's so much different variables, and the fact that we cut it off at 3, like why?
It's really ridiculous. Shout out to Penn State for, they could have just said, fuck you. I mean, there's two ways, this is a great thing. Like, I credit Mike Rhodes and his culture. You could be like, I don't know, like some of the teams we've seen over the years that kind of folded in. You're already disqualified from the NCAA tournament. You don't even have the dream of potentially winning the Big Ten tournament, and you still show up and you beat Wisconsin on the road. They deserve a fucking game ball today. Remind me when we get to game balls. Yeah. Penn State and their culture. That's fantastic shit right there.
Especially in this sport, to piggyback off Mike Rhodes again, every year we see crazy stories. Did Valpo deserve to be in their conference tournament? I mean, I think they were all right in their conference tournament and held their own. Like, I don't understand the argument we should cut it off at 8 or 10 or 15. Like, why? It's a conference tournament. We're not talking about the NCAA tournament. There's not a selection committee for this. It's an unbalanced schedule. Everybody played in the conference. Now everybody competes for the conference championship. It's one last chance to see if you can ultimately get to the NCAA tournament.
Well, and you need that defense system there because, great teams sometimes take a while to, figure it out. Injuries play a fucking role. There's several teams in the history of the NFL or NBA or whatever you want to use, that have gotten hit with the injury bug. And then that when the playoffs come, they're able to figure it out. Or they're able to win a championship as a team in the wild card, a team at the 5, 6, 7 seeds, whatever. Like it happens. Shit, I remember the LA Kings were an 8 seed and they won the fucking Stanley Cup. You know what I mean? Like there's
NC State.
Yeah, I mean there's NC State in '83, but also NC State last season. I mean there's a bunch of these you can do here. It's very stupid to that's what college we've always like used as college basketball system is so great because you have the second tournament. Like if you don't do your work in the regular season or you just figure it out or your coach missed the first, whatever, you got injuries, whatever the fuck. You get in to your conference tournament and you can erase all those things. You can suddenly find, your game. And to take that, it's just it's unfair and it's unfortunate because that's the best part about the sport is you should have 2 seasons in a way. Your regular season for the teams that were consistent all year, great. But injuries do happen. Scheduling is a real fucking thing. Like I don't trust the conference, commissioners to actually deal out fair schedules.
Especially
even
with
back
the travel in that league.
Yeah. Even back in the day, I still don't trust it. When it was 10 teams, I didn't trust it. So you got to have that. And if you don't have that, then you're doing a candy ass tournament.
Yeah, well, and then the fact that B-Nick, he ain't here to defend him, but he would just get shit on more if he was here. The fact that he pulled we got to do the scheduling for these tournaments. Like we couldn't just play it a day earlier. I mean, what the fuck are we talking about? You can make an 18-team bracket. I already did it on the fly. It's Tuesday through Sunday. You could do what the Sun Belt's doing if you really want to.
Yeah.
You just add another playing round. I mean, this shit is not fucking hard.
Yeah, I don't buy that one bit. It's easy to figure that thing out.
And what Rob said, man, Ace Baldwin's not even going to get a chance to play in the postseason this year.
Yeah. Shout out to Rob Donaldson giving us $20. Hate that we've seen the last of Ace Baldwin, one of the best players in college basketball over the past few seasons. Agreed. And Josh saying past 10 years. Yeah, he's been in college a minute. Now we did eat shit here with UMass.
Oh gosh. I looked up and I saw Frank fucking like this on TV. And I go, oh, they're fucked. It's like the middle of the first half. I go, UMass is dead. We got bad UMass today.
I mean, I know we're going to talk about all these conference tournaments, but I don't know how good UMass really was this year. You watch, around college basketball, there's a lot of UMass transfers doing well.
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate in that regard for Frank, but at the same time, like Loyola Chicago normally is ass on the road. To get a 23-point win on the road, and they did this at Davidson when they won by 9 or 10. I feel like I'm starting to buy in a little bit on maybe a future for Loyola Chicago. I know VCU is in that conference. Where's that? It's in DC though. The VCU will have the crowd though, or Mason.
VCU will 100% have the crowd.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, UMass goes to the MAC. We'll talk about what that means and what.
Yeah. The ramifications and coaching hires we'll tackle at some point too later in the week. Mm-hmm. Mel, the LA Kings team was as a coaching change, but that happens too. That's what I'm saying. We saw Louisiana with Bob Marlin. Louisiana lost their coach. Stephen F. Austin lost their coach this year. That's something that happens. Shit, Old Dominion, Jeff Jones had a heart attack at a tournament in Hawaii last year. That's why you should have the safety net. The safety net is you should always have the conference tournament. Yeah, that run by the Kings was pretty wild though. Probably one of the best runs I've ever seen.
That was a great year.
Yeah. Harvard took down Dartmouth. You tried to convince me to bet this game. I didn't. I believe you did though, right?
I did. Harvard wagon on the way out.
So that line was telling you. I just didn't. I don't know. Fuck it, Ivy. I went with the other Ivy game. I didn't go with this one. DePaul 83, Georgetown 77, double lock, boom. I mean, this is where we call a little fuego, you know.
Dude, DePaul. They had a nice little week, man. I give them credit, man. They play for Holtman. They swept Georgetown.
Getting it done. Yeah, we were all over that one, man. We were also all over this one that was a steaming hot pile of shit. Kansas State.
Yeah, they were dead.
Farmageddon, Iowa State gets revenge. K-State, you got to think Jerome Tang, provided they don't win the Big 12 championship, will be on the hot seat a year from now.
Yeah, 100%. It's crazy how quickly it can turn, can it? Elite Eight year one.
They spent money on their team this year too, man.
I don't think they're going to fire him this year. I don't.
Oh, they're not firing him this year. They're not firing him this year.
It wouldn't shock me if there's a mutually parting ways, because remember they had the falling out last year. Remember shit got really fucking weird with the Tomlin shit when he went to Memphis middle of the year. The president got involved. Things are not right in
they have that payout though, man. They're not going to fire him. There's that big payout to the players in football and basketball. They're going to give him another year. Write it.
He'll be back at Baylor with Scott Drew a year from now.
Yeah, we ate shit there. Ryder wins against Niagara, but Niagara did cover for us. I knew I should have bet this. Why didn't I bet this?
Somebody DM me. They go, nice Iona pick. I was like, I did not bet Iona. What the fuck
That's the best. Well, I get people that said great bet, and I'm like, well, the only problem is I didn't bet that game. We hit the right side.
Listen, I bet
or the complete wrong side, or the complete wrong side. Like some people are like, oh yeah, you picked UCLA, and I was like, no, I did not.
I bet 75 out of 100 games today. It's impressive that you actually picked one of the 25 I didn't bet, and they're giving me shit. Well done, idiot.
I ate shit on Tennessee, and this was a bad play. This was always a bad play.
Oh, they fucking sucked.
They were asleep at the wheel, man. It was tied up at halftime. They were asleep at the wheel. This was a rigged game, though. Shout out to my guy once again, Joe Ranieri there, who alerted me to the total, and he goes, "Why has every Tennessee total been way shorter than this for every game, and this one's much bigger?" I didn't do a deep dive on that, but I believe he knows his shit. And I thought you're probably right. They knew South Carolina, because I thought South Carolina was going to score 48, 54, 52 points or something.
Yeah.
I didn't have them having 34 points at halftime. Something's up. Investigate.
They just look, I don't know. Maybe they were playing the last place team in the league, and they're like, we could fucking play with our left hand and we still beat South Carolina and Rocky Top. And they did, but never really threatened to cover. I think they got up 11, but I never thought they could break it open.
Yeah, no, South Carolina was 1000% the right side. We did double lock Princeton against Penn though, as they needed to clinch. They won 95-71. You're welcome. We also double locked Rhode Island against Fordham, laying 6.5. 86-67. We get it done. Nailed those. Canisius covered for us. We should have bet Canisius. Why did we not bet Canisius? St. Peter's won by 8, laying 13.5 or 12.5, whatever it was. Manhattan, I picked this correct. I know you went with Siena, but you didn't bet this. Manhattan took care of Siena 78-66. We got all of the, I guess I got all of those correct. There's 4 in a row right there, but I only bet we double locked Princeton and Rhode Island that cashed. We did eat shit with Stanford. Dude, for the longest time, Stanford was staying right close to the number. I was surprised on how shitty they looked.
Stanford was going for 20 wins.
Yeah.
Today.
I actually argued with someone on Stanford's behalf, which is on TV today. Why am I arguing for Stanford? Yeah, I'm going senile. It's like I got like 2 hours of sleep. They're asking me questions. No, Stanford's not a bad team. Fuck am I talking about?
They're 19 and 12.
Like Smith, yeah. I just, in hindsight, I'm just like, what am I talking about here?
Oh, I mean, in my opinion, Stanford.
I don't passionately believe Stanford's a good team.
In my opinion, Stanford was the right side. Louisville dressed the fuck.
It was the right side.
They were covering for 30 minutes out of the game. Louisville dressed it up at the end when Stanford quit. But yeah, Louisville went 18-2 in this league. How bad is this league? Louisville.
For a second, I thought they were going to steal the 1 seed.
Me too.
Or tie. They wouldn't be. Clemson would steal the 1 seed. Folks, want to tell you the college basketball experience is brought to you by Rhythm. Rhythm is throwing an epic March Madness party in Las Vegas, Nevada. And guess what? You listening, watching, you're invited. All Rhythm users are invited to a first 4 watch party Wednesday, March 19th at the awesome Stadium Swim in Circa, at the Circa there in downtown Las Vegas. Free drinks. Plus, you get a chance to hang out with, Pick Dundee and the whole SGPN crew. So get on out there. And it gets even better. Rhythm's also giving away a $250 March Madness future for 1 random lucky Rhythm user. Even if you can't make the party, you can still hit with your future bet. So what are you doing? Come by. Use Rhythm to help you fill out your bracket. Make some bets while you're at it. And let me tell you, Rhythm's March Madness stats and success from 2024 were pretty fire. They had UConn winning it. They predicted Duquesne, NC State, Oakland upsets. 45% of Rhythm brackets had NC State reaching the Sweet 16 as well. So what are you doing? It's a free party, free cocktails. You get to come say what up to Pick Dundee and say, you gap tooth motherfucker. You lost me money on Stetson, you motherfucker. Yeah. And you get a chance to at a $250 future bet. Go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/party for the details. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/party. We're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Yes. College Hoops 101, man. Love Underdog. Love what they're doing. Mac, I'm even going to hot potato you some shit right now. Danny Wolf tomorrow. Battle of Michigan. Higher, lower, 12.5 points with our boy.
Higher.
Yeah, I'm on higher as well. What about
it's going to be ready to go tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. We got Oregon, Washington also. Little old Pac-10, Pac-8 rivalry there. Great Osabar. Higher, lower, 15.5 points.
It's their final game. I think he'll be ready to go higher.
All right, there we go. That's just some of the ads you could find. UnderdogFantasy.com. Use our promo code TCESGPN. They got everything else too: NBA, NHL, CFL, UFL, NASCAR, MMA, PGA, everything you can think of. College football, NFL. Get on over there. Promo code TCESGPN to claim your special pick plus first time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus credits. Get on over there. It's worth it, in my opinion. We're back. And also, we should have bet Cornell. We took Cornell 100-81. They drilled Columbia. How about the Big Red winning their 17th game of the season? We also took the money line here. Well, at least I did. I'm pretty sure we both said it on the show last night, but double lock, St. Bonaventure 64, Davidson 61. You're welcome. Then we had Yale and Brown. I stayed away. Yale won by 9. Did you bet this?
Oh yeah, dude. This is such. Brown was the right side. It's like a 3-point game with 2 minutes, and they just kept fouling these idiots. Go fucking study in the offseason, bums. Fucking idiot motherfuckers.
Yeah. Look, the brown bear that we used as the logo last night, someone accused me of being racist for saying Jamarcus Russell was the brown bear. Why didn't I? And they said, why didn't I say Eli Manning? Because Jamarcus Russell has been known to be on that codeine purple drink shit. That was the joke. You completely missed the joke. I wasn't just saying anyone with a fucking dislocated face. That was the joke. I just love the world. How did you get that from that? And who gives a fuck? Even if so, you know what I mean? Like,
I am so sick of these jack fucks on the internet. Everything's racist. Everything's fucking. You're a bigot. You're Hitler. Like, good God, take a fucking joke, you fucking idiot.
It's unbelievable that they deduced that. They said, why didn't I use Eli Manning? Well, Eli Manning also won 2 Super Bowls. All right, but he was not
Jamarcus Russell.
Well, the irony with Jamarcus Russell was he was never watching the practice tape because he was, and he's got like a classic quote of of him saying what in hindsight when he's older, he's like, I was addicted to that purple drink. I was coming home, and that's what I was fucking referring to. The fact that I have to clarify is ridiculous, and the fact they rushed for judgment makes me fucking wonder from the start. What a world we live in.
Yeah. They're in their parents' basement, fucking living off welfare, can't pay their fucking rent, and fucking playing video games and typing away on the internet.
It's like, are you saying that I only ridicule black people? Because we had a bit about Nick Nolte where I showed his mugshot. We've had plenty of different ones with Jerry Falwell. I mean, we could go on and on and on, and to deduce that I'm picking on Jamarcus Russell based off his complexion is fucking insane to me. It's absolutely fucking insane.
Listen, if you want to pull the race card, if you're one of those fucking losers out there that loves doing that, Jamarcus Russell's not your ticket to pull the fucking race card on. That dude is a flat out grade F bum. He's a bum.
I at least appreciate his honesty. That's part of the humor. I remember that interview where they were talking. Someone had him on a podcast, and he was talking about that shit. And he was like, "Yeah, I didn't study the film. I was just on that. I was on that codeine shit every night, man." I don't know. It's just crazy that someone could rush to judgment that fast. It makes me think from the start you're looking for it. Like you're looking for a reason to think someone's thinking like that. When no, we're just drunken idiots having fun, and we make fun of everybody. I'll make fun of every fucking race. I don't care. All right? Like it's lighten up. Have a fucking drink. Chill out. You'll be dead in 100 years, and no one's going to give a shit about your fucking opinion. All right? No one gives a shit now, but no one's going to care in the grand scheme of things. Who cares? We're all going to be fucking dead. We don't need to put a microscope under every fucking thing you say and say, well, this guy put a fucking, you know what? When he went to the mailbox today, he licked that stamp and put a goddamn George Washington on there. He could have used Martin Luther King. This motherfucker, son of a bitch, you pile of shit, you racist motherfucker. God damn it. I can't do this goddamn show. You racist cunt, you son of a bitch. Come on, man. Chill out. Enjoy life a little bit.
What is wrong with
Enjoy
these
life
people?
A little bit.
What is wrong with these people? Seriously. Listen, man, if you're that miserable, I don't even have advice for these people anymore. I used to fucking be like, hey, you need to go get drunk or get laid or something. These people, you just fucking be miserable. But stay the fuck away from me, you loser.
I just can't believe you can deduce that. The fun is the joke, and you're going to analyze that. You're going to miss the joke. You're going to miss the joke, and then assume that I have this agenda. First off, I drank 3 Kettle One on the rocks to think that I could even quickly go to something. You must really believe that I'm really racist to be able to pull up that instantly. As my joke, like I had that planned out the whole time. Like, I'm going to go to Jamarcus Russell. I've had it out for this pile of shit for a long time. What a world. What a fucking world. What a world we live in, man.
Snowflake City, man. Snowflake City. The fucking keyboard has empowered these fucking losers.
God damn it. You're gonna examine my fantasy roster. I started Christian McCaffrey once. I must be a fucker. I must be racist. God damn it. God damn it. Started. You know what? I picked that. You know what was I thinking? What was I thinking? I know what I was thinking. Right before I turned in my lineup, I thought, wait a second here. Saquon Barkley's black. I must put in Christian McCaffrey. All right. Good God. What a fucking world, man.
Who's your kicker?
I miss Reggie Roby.
It's the whites got the kicker down, man. The whites have dominated the kicking for a while.
Yeah. Jerry Davis, why am I giving them attention? Because it bothers me that I have to explain the fucking joke for them. You know what I mean? Like, I understand it feeds into it, and that can then only feed it again. But I to me, it's I don't care. I don't care. But leave the comment again. I don't really care, but I mean, I care enough that I don't care in one regard, but I care that it bothers me that someone can miss the fucking joke and actually believe that you know that you're thinking that from the very start is just insane to me.
You gotta put these people in their places. You have to. You gotta fucking, or otherwise they're gonna try and move on. They're gonna move to a different. Yeah. You give them an inch, they're gonna take a fucking mile. You fucking put them in their place and move on to the next wacko fucking topic that they're trying to destroy. That's what these people do.
It's just the internet. The internet's stupid, but glad to see I make my living on the internet. Fairleigh Dickinson, double lock, boom. 76-72. It got mighty tense. I was convinced at like the 3-minute mark of the Long Island game, I was convinced that both these games were doomed. I was like, we're going to get a Fairleigh Dickinson, St. Francis fucking NEC championship. At least that's good for Central Connecticut State, because now I think you're going to cruise on in. I think they're good. I know it's the NEC, but I think they're good.
Yeah, they should win. I mean, they've been the best team all year. They need to. I would like to see them in a tournament game. I think they're actually pretty good.
Yeah. We also double locked Wake Forest. Oh my God, they held Georgia Tech to 43 points at home.
Great game. Great game.
Yeah, we cashed on a rig game. Yeah, my top vodka is Kettle. I drink a lot of vodka, and if you didn't know,
nice way to put it. I drink a lot of vodka.
But I have my favorites for some reason. Like Kettle is like easily my favorite, and I've had like pretty much I feel like every like name brand vodka there is out there. I like it all, but Kettle, something about it is like smoother to me than the other ones. Or something about like it's not as harsh at the end. But Tito's would be my second choice, believe it or not. Like Grey Goose is in that area. All that other shit is Tito's is right there. But Tito's will be probably the second go to. We double locked UConn. They won by 31. I mean, this is where just things were killing it. Let's go.
Here you go, J-Mac. I took UConn to that. God, I felt bad for Shahid. Yeah. Oh my God.
Well, you got him the first time. It's okay.
Yeah, they were down 70-30 today at one point. I was like, oh my God. And then did you see the timeout? I doubt anybody was watching because it was 70-30. He goes, Cute's why we're fucking down fucking 40, you fucking losers. He's fucking calling out his team. And it was on FS1, and they're like, all right, let's cut away from this segment. I thought it was a great segment. I like Shaheen, man, but that team sucks.
I mean, I'm a huge fan too. I liked him as a player. But hopefully they get some NIL investment. I know Beanick pulled up Craig. He's hoping Craig Biggio, former Houston Astro, donates a big amount of money. Maybe to their baseball program. I don't know that would happen, but you never know. Hey, this is the moment that I said fuck you to everyone. So I know you had this one circled for like a week.
I kept highlighting
Me
it.
too.
I go, I'm not taking him until this day, this exact game.
Well, they cashed against Mason. They cashed against Mason, and they almost hit on the money line against Mason.
That he got this done today. And they gave
plus
him a good
380. That place was lit, by the way.
Yep.
That place was lit. Plus 380 on the money line. We gave it away here. I gave it away on the morning show. Gave it away. I mean, how many more times can I fucking do this here? I know I got several DMs on this. LaSalle 81, St. Joe's 74, plus 380 on the money line. Fuck off. The shipment delivered. And God damn it, you know, 7 gals in the Philly area rode that mustache tonight. All right. The shipment came in and we killed it. Let's go. I mean, this is our best play of the day. But I should mention that I had a parlay in the SWAC, but that did cash, of course. Buddy, I haven't taken a look.
I'm happy for him,
at
man.
The I haven't taken a look yet at the 8-10 bracket. Have you seen it? Who do they got?
No, but I get vibes of the Mike Bray exit. Like they got the one get up spot, and they'll probably get their ass.
Dude, they almost beat Mason, man. They were up for 85% of that fucking Mason game.
It's hard to take a team though after they win as a double-digit dog the next game. Who do they have? Let me pull it up. If they have UMass, they can beat UMass.
But I'm wondering if they're in Mason's side.
Frank's checked out this year, so yeah.
Are they on Mason's side? Do you have the bracket? Because my point is like if they're on VCU's side, I don't think they can get it done. But if someone else can pick off VCU,
no, if they beat UMass, they play St. Joe's again. They could beat them,
dude.
And then they would play Dayton.
They could win that,
and then they would play Mason potentially or GW.
So that's the right side you want to be on, in my opinion.
Yeah,
you don't want the other side. All right.
Actually, they have like the best seed possible.
It was funny. I was going back and listening to that clip. Well, someone had sent me that clip, so it's not like I seeked it out. But when I said he's been to the tournament with 17 different teams, you were taking it as in 17 different Philadelphia teams. I was saying 17 different times.
I know.
Each roster's different. He's been to the tournament. I think you thought I was being sarcastic. I was like, no, I'm being fucking serious. 17 teams.
Well,
he's taken to the NCAA tournament.
I think 5 or 6 programs. And I was like, all right, 17's a lot. I mean, that's it. It's not even possible to coach 17 different teams or programs, but I get your point. I was glad, man. I mean, I saw the governor there, Shapiro, honoring him before the game, and that's cool. I mean, that dude, I have like one story meeting him, and he's like the nicest guy ever. He's just a good fucking guy, Fran Dunphy, and he's a man's man, and he's just a good guy. He's one of the good guys in the sport, and I hope that he's actually going out on his terms. I hope he's not being pushed out. I'd hate to see that, but I was glad to see him go out a winner today.
Yeah, and look, this is a guy that played at LaSalle back in the 60s. I mean, the guy's been everywhere. Been everywhere. I mean, he coached at Army. He coached at LaSalle. He coached at AU. Penn. As a head coach, he was at Penn, Temple, and LaSalle. Just a Philly guy through and through. I'm actually bummed out, man. I mean, I know I predicted this, but I'm bummed out that we don't have Fran moving.
I hope he's in the media next year. He would be great in the media. He's funny as hell.
I'm just gonna say though, like, do you really think a guy with this photo is gonna be sitting there with the camera?
No,
I'm not gonna show the photo again. But
maybe we can bring him on TCE.
I would love to.
I'm gonna get him on the show this offseason.
I would love that.
I know his video. We're gonna get him on the show.
That would be fantastic. That to me, he's probably gonna be. Not probably gonna be number one, but he's top target number one. Let's get him on the fucking show. Yeah, great win. Hope you cashed. Hope you followed. And then we had a lock battle, and you won this one. Alabama 93, Auburn 91. I hate this game. Shout out to Mark Sears.
That's a gritty win.
That was. No, I mean, Alabama was the better team actually all day. I'd say majority of that game, they were the better team.
Let's talk about Mazzara. Dude, he's a clown.
I mean, come on, dude. What is he doing?
He's doing? Like Grayson Allen at this point.
It's I
at the first couple times I laughed, I go, all right. But like after like the seventh time, I'm like, all right, he's got to be suspended. And I'm like the ultimate, like, oh, don't be a pussy, blah, blah, blah. But dude, like you can't go up to somebody blindsided and fucking put a forearm to their fucking back of the head. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
That's a bullshit cheap shot. And he deserved to be knocked out, to be honest. They should allow the opposing player to punch him in the face.
I agree. I mean,
that was a fucking cheap shot.
Yeah. And you think the SEC will suspend? I mean, they'll throw out a $200,000 fine for storming the court, but when a real person gets blasted, will they suspend him? We'll see. We'll see.
Mean, I haven't seen the same guy cheap shot as many people in a year since Grayson Allen. It's every game with him. He's doing some bullshit. It's like, dude, stop doing that.
I want to make a prediction here, and I might look like a fool. I don't think either of these teams will go to the Final Four.
I'm out on Auburn. Auburn's limping. I
Bama's limping too, though, man. I mean, Bama had that win today, but they didn't look good the past week.
Yeah. I think I get your point on them. Maybe it's just like I think Mark Shears is a dog in March, but Broom's hurt. That's another thing that not a lot of people are talking about. Broom is limping every possession, and he's not playing any defense right now. Auburn seems like a team that peaked early.
I just, to me, the more I watch SEC, the more I'm convinced Florida's like there's a gap. I think Florida is much more of a contender than Alabama and Auburn, national contender.
I think Tennessee's better than both of them.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I think I agree with you. I think I would go Florida 1, Tennessee 2, Auburn 3, Bama 4. But I don't know. I mean, some of those other teams you might be able to talk me into. But shout out to Mark Sears though. Played bad. I love that. He went to his guy. You know, it's between him and Grant Nelson and Janai Broom. I specifically like Auburn and Alabama. It's so hilarious because you know these programs were not very good pre-transfer portal, but the fact that they can go pluck, you know, these guys from these mid-major ranks, it's pretty big time. And that's the irony with it, is if they were landing home run recruiting classes, they would probably not be going far. But now the fact that they can go grab the player from North Dakota State or Ohio or wherever, you can field a really good team fast mixed with that talent. So anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I can't wait for Eagle staff to be on Alabama next year.
Yeah.
And Alabama will be playing at North Dakota State in 2 years. because they won't play the actual university. Like they got Nelson the Bison. They're going to have to play at the Bison because they're going to have Eagle staff. It's going to be great. I actually respect the hell out of Nate Oates for doing that. I think that's a big time thing.
Yeah. I mean, look, I can understand fans that, I was talking about this recently, I think on a college football show. It is a shitty thing. Like as an East Carolina fan in this day and age, like Jeff Blake or Chris Johnson, who are studs at ECU, they would have left and that sucks. That sucks, but it is a two-way street. You know, you look at some of the teams that have made a deep run into March, and they've had some of the mid majors have had a slew of transfers. So It's a two-way street. It is a bummer though. You think Grant Nelson at North Dakota State, they'd probably win this. They probably would win the Summit this year. You know what I mean? If Ohio has Mark Sears, where does that put them? You know, probably at the, in the mix for winning that. Yeah. This has gotta be, someone asked me, on a show today, what was the most shocking outcome of the whole entire day? And I said this right here. It wasn't just that they won the game. It's that they held UNC Greensboro to 57 points.
DM fucking I, baby.
Oh my
God. What a story, man. Andrew Wilson. This is one of the best coaching jobs people have not talked about. Another coach's tour, fucking guests of ours. This is unbelievable what VMI is doing. Yeah.
I mean, that was I didn't think they would hold.
Better team today.
Definitely. But I think the bigger thing is they held them to 53 points, or sorry, 57 points. I did not. I could have them upsetting them by 1 or so. I didn't have a 7-point win holding them to 57 fucking points. Unbelievable. Game fucking ball. What an unbelievable fucking play there.
SoCon got flipped on its head, didn't it? That fucking bracket.
It really did. Shout out to Matt saying David Garrard and Crandall would have gone too, but you forget Dominic Davis was one of our better quarterbacks. Gardner Minshew was one of our quarterbacks. Those were transfers in. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. Is it's a two-way street. Our quarterback last year that took us to a bowl was a Michigan State transfer. So I mean, it goes both ways. But it would be sad in a certain it's cool watching the journey of 4 or 5 years. I disagree with you 357. I think the sport is better now personally. But Winthrop, we double locked. They stuck it to Asheville 86-67.
They're wagging.
I can't wait for that game tomorrow.
Woo,
I cannot
buddy.
wait for that fucking game tomorrow. How about Delaware drilling Campbell, by the way? Unbelievable. I mean, I knew Campbell was injured, but I mean, still 17-point loss. You got me to go in on this, man. And God damn it, I'm blaming you on this one because I thought about it. I go, dude, what? Kennesaw's been good on the road. Kennesaw 74, Jack State 70. Man,
dude, Jack State was up 15 at halftime. What the fuck happened in this game? They were 15 at halftime.
Kennesaw has been a dog on the road in some of these tougher environments. I will say that. I've watched it a couple times this year.
Liberty 6 days ago.
That's what I'm saying. I've watched them in these spots, man. I think they won. Was it UTEP or New Mexico State? Yeah. They have gone into some places, man, and been very impressive on the road. We ate a pile of shit there. Maryland ended up covering against Northwestern. Didn't bet that. Did you bet that?
I did. I thought I was on the right side. Maryland didn't cover till the very end. Northwestern, once again, actually played pretty well. Chris Collins is the coach.
He is. He really is. Then Middle Tennessee stuck it to the airport, 78-56. You bet that?
Maryland went 24-7, by the way, this year.
Now we really find out about Willard, though. Don't lose in the fucking first round.
I did want to at least acknowledge that they went 24-7, and they're probably going to be the 2 seed if Sparty beats Michigan tomorrow. So like that, I mean, we tip our cap. I mean, that's a hell of a year.
Yeah, I agreed. I didn't see that coming.
No, not 24-7. Holy fuck.
Yeah, I did not see that coming.
No.
We double locked. Well, you could thank me on this one. Louisiana Tech. I brought you along. I woke you up to these Bulldogs. 76, UTEP 58.
Cheers to you.
And a good day to you. We also double locked the Flaming Libs of Liberty. 90-61. It's all over this. I have, dude, I did a parlay today. I'm gonna get to a game. I did a ridiculous parlay today. It should have hit. I'm gonna get to it, but these were all part of them. Oklahoma State drilled Cincinnati. You bet Cincinnati. I stayed away because Cincinnati's fucking terrible, and you've been propping them up. You've been propping them up all year. You've been propping them up all year.
They even brought back Wes Miller. Every other coach gets a bump. Cincinnati is fucking trash.
Unbelievable.
Fuck? Beat Oklahoma State in a pick'em now? My God.
Yeah. I mean, really. I took Oklahoma State. I didn't trust this phony ass team.
Rematch in 72 hours in Kansas City. Probably take Cincinnati and
no, in Cincinnati. I think I might. No,
it's in Kansas City.
Oh yeah, my bad. In Kansas City is what I meant to say. Next up, we go to 357. Give us $5. Colby, do you remember the Illini in 2005? Of course.
Great team, man.
Of course.
Fucking went like 38-2 or whatever.
Darren Williams, Luther Head, D Brown. Of course, man. What did they lose to the Tar Heels, man? And that Arizona game is the one that stands out to me.
Down like 15 with 2 minutes, and they somehow came.
That Arizona game wrecked my bracket. I had Arizona has always fucked me in the bracket.
Yeah.
But Matola, you owe me like fucking 25,000 cocktails because Arizona always fucks my bracket. But yeah, I mean that was a really fun team. That was a fun team. Like I Illinois got good basketball fans too. They do a good job. You just need to step up your football shit. All right. Because you're in fucking Illinois and you should be a goddamn powerhouse. Be almost turning you into a powerhouse. But get the band back together. You guys got to get the NIL collective up. Let's go. So this game was awesome. Abilene Christian 82, Grand Canyon 81. Woo!
Utah Valley wins the regular season.
Let's go.
This is a great game. I mean, Abilene was up 10, blew the lead, got it back, tied it, overtime, back and forth, and a little bit of a court storm. So shout out to Abilene.
Yeah, unbelievable.
They should storm the court with how much more Grand Canyon invests in their program.
100%. Have fun in life. Storm whenever the fuck you want.
Troll the fucking snow.
Yeah. Zoidberg saying, y'all don't know ball. There we go.
All right. That's why you're here. That's why you're here.
Yeah. Well, it's true. I did, and I can't remember if I did this on the show last night, but I did bet Vermont today. Whoopsie daisy. Dude, this was like a 57 all game with, I don't know, 3 minutes left. Maybe 55 all, something like that. But the Catamounts got it done. We'll see how they do moving forward. Today was a little bit of a
well, the rest of the league didn't look that good either, though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Jack State almost lost to Mississippi Valley State. This is why I didn't add it as part of the SWAC parlay. 66-62. Jack State almost lost. They were down at halftime, dude, to Valley State. They were down at halftime to Valley fucking State.
Did Valley? Do they have qualifications for the SWAC? Is Valley State eliminated?
I can't remember. You'd have to pull that up. The bracket you're talking about, right? I can't remember. You ate shit here. Sam Houston State 76, New Mexico State 69, and I will tell you, I am somewhat intrigued on a future on Sam Houston State in the CUSA.
Underachieved. Yeah, they fit the profile
in the Seaway tournament. I think that'll be an interesting thing. Then the Valley was a fantastic ride today. Belmont, Drake was a very good game. Rock fight. Bennett, Sturts and company got it done. 57-50. We have the top 2 seeds squaring off tomorrow for the Missouri Valley Championship. I didn't bet this game, but I believe I think I ate shit on it because I thought it wasn't a 6.5. So Drake would have covered by a 0.5 point. Did you bet this game?
I did, and I actually waited. So I ended up winning. I mean, I had fucking Belmont. They're up 11 at halftime.
Yeah. This is a gut check game, dude. This is a fun game. Same with the other one too, man. All right, so hold on. I mean, Drake's in this spot. They're 29-3. They're in regardless, right?
They're saying they got to win tomorrow.
Get the fuck out of here, dude.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, dude. Let's stop this right now. Let's stop.
This is why I hate Greg Sankey. I mean, you almost went perfect. You almost went fucking perfect in one of the best mid-major conferences. Shit, I think the value you could put up to some of the major conferences this year. I mean, what their losses are: a 4-point loss at UIC. UIC did finish the season with a winning record. A 2-point loss to Bradley, who they're playing in the championship. So clearly a good team. What was their third loss? What am I missing here?
Because I think they may lose tomorrow.
Murray State got them by 7.
Bradley's a good fucking team.
They're 11 points away from being perfect. I mean, shut the fuck up. If they don't put them in, I mean, that'll be a fucking tragedy.
Well,
that'll be a legit
especially when they did Indiana State wrong the previous year.
Well, yeah.
And they went to the NIT title game and lost at the buzzer to Sheen Holloway. So I think they have to win, unfortunately, which means they're not going to win. It sucks.
Yeah. Matt Dix. Bradley, they split in the regular season.
They each won on each other's home court.
Yeah.
Both games were fun. Big time.
We cashed on Indiana, but damn if this took forever. Double lock on Indiana. I thought this was going to be an easier bet. I'll be honest. This took off 40, but we got there. Part of my parlay as well. Your thoughts on Mike Woodson? So I was getting emotional after the game, and cheers to Mike Woodson.
He played there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any dislike for Mike Woodson. I just didn't think he was the greatest coach. But I mean, hell, seeing him emotional, I know I like Mike Woodson. I got nothing bad to say about Mike Woodson. I just thought as a coach, he kind of underachieved. That happens. Good to see him though. Good to see him feel the effect, man. And maybe they can make a run. You never know. They got talent.
Oh, I would label them a team that could make a run. I think they could make a Final Four. They have enough talent, and we see this every year. Sometimes, whether it's been Syracuse, whether it's been NC State, you catch lightning in a bottle. And Indiana fits that profile. They have talent.
Yeah,
they have something to play for. It's they've underachieved. They're going to be underseeded, but they're playing well. They've won 5 out of 7, and his joke was, maybe I'm shutting it down too early. Dude, if they go to the Sweet 16,
Keats.
He may come back and go, I'm not leaving. What are you going to do? Fire me? I went to the fucking Sweet 16.
I'm with Mike though. Flagrant fouls are ridiculous these days.
Oh, it's soft as shit. I mean, hey, do
the
you think
Auburn one? I'm like, okay.
Do you think he should be fired if he gets to the Sweet 16?
If it was up to me, I think I would move on from him. But
even if he's one of your own and he would have made the tournament 3 out of 4 years and had a Sweet 16.
I think I would, just because you don't want to you look at what NC State is with Kevin Keats, and you wouldn't want to be that. You know what I mean? But he is better than Keats, but
you wouldn't have to extend him like NC State did. That's what I'm saying. If he goes to the Sweet 16 or hell, even the Elite 8 or Final Four, Maybe he just says, I'm coming back another year. I have another year on my contract.
My thing is they just have fuck you money at Indiana. So
yeah. But are they going to fire him if he goes to the Elite Eight?
I would say this. I would say it depends who you have lined up. If you tell me Chris Beard's ready to sign that contract.
Well, yeah.
If you're telling me you're taking a shot on someone else, like I've heard, what's my guy's name from Valpo? Bryce Drew. If it's Bryce Drew, I'm not super excited about that. I would say let's go back to the well with Woodson. It matters who you have lined up, and you should be talking about your options. And if you're telling me you can land a very good coach, then I think then it's worth it potentially. So you locked up Xavier against Providence, and I didn't take it on the show last night, but this morning I fucking took it. You fucking jackass.
Xavier was off today, weren't they?
But they still got that dub. They won by 8. We ate shit on this.
It shows how bad Providence is. I mean, Xavier could not have been any worse today. They still won by 8. Is Providence ever going to win a game again?
No, they suck.
Yeah, they just tweet. They just tweet fucking bullshit.
They
fucking
suck.
losers.
And they're going to go back to being a doormat in the Big East probably, if I had to bet.
It's honestly like a remarkable trajectory that Providence is on. Ed Cooley had them won a Big East title.
Oh, I was a fan back in the day too, man.
Oh, I loved Providence, but after the shit I've seen recently, hell no. I have faith every game. He had him as a Big East title after they were a dump under Keno Davis. He handed off a roster to Kim English, and it was a good roster. They had a lottery pick, Devin Carter. They had Bryce Hopkins. They had dudes. They missed the tournament year 2. They're a dump. They're going to be a dump again. They're going to be a dump. They're going to be a dump for a decade plus because they got no money. Place sucks. Place sucks. Somebody wants to go there.
Look, I'll be honest. I'll be honest. I know those fans came for you, man, and they're fucked up to do what they did, but
they suck.
I grew up kind of as that being like my second favorite team or my favorite, like one of my favorite teams in the Big East with Michael Smith and Shamgod and stuff, like all those guys, Eric Murdoch. I loved them back in the day, dude. Like in the 90s, that was like one of my favorite teams in the Big East. They were always like a gritty team. They could never get over the top, but God damn it, I enjoyed them. It's a damn shame that they're calling my guy Ed Cooley Hitler and everything. I like Ed Cooley.
I love Ed Cooley.
It's karma. Yeah, Dickie Simpkins. Yeah, Dickie Simpkins. Yeah, man, they were a gritty team.
How many times did they win the Big East regular season title?
Just under Cooley, right?
Yeah.
I can't think of it. I'm trying to think. Maybe Patino win one? Maybe.
No, he won in the postseason.
Yeah, Austin Crozier. That was my guy. He was in college. He was nasty. Maybe he was good on the Pacers too, but I'm saying he was really nasty in college. Double lock on Colorado. 20-point win against TCU.
Look out, just watch him go down to Buffalo. Oh no, it's a guy out of Buffalo. Guy out of Buffalo.
Next up.
Man. Hey, that was a big result for the old Mountaineers. That got the Mountaineers a bye. So shout out to the Buffs.
And people were speculating Tad was going to retire.
No way.
Tad, he said he's coming back.
Baby. They're peaking. They're good. And by the way, that is a rematch on Tuesday in 70 or less than that, 48
I'll
hours.
take TCU then. I'll take TCU at that point.
Fair enough.
I'm a Buffs fan. I'm giving you it honest.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, like, it's funny because we're going to have Cincinnati, Oklahoma State.
I got you.
Tuesday, we're going to have TCU, Colorado rematch. Yeah, I think those are the only but it's just funny. Like, we just saw it today, and it's like, all right, let's run it back on Tuesday.
You cashed here. Saudi Arabia State 76, SMU 69. I stayed away. Did watch a lot of this game though. Glad to see they give Leonard Hamilton some goddamn respect. He was a really good coach. Things didn't work out over the past couple of years, but he's clearly the best thing Florida State's had in a long, long fucking time. Your thoughts on this one? Nice play.
Everything I said with Fran, I was glad to see them honor Leonard. Like I mean, I know it hasn't worked out since the portal and NIL. That's not his saying, but he had some good teams. He got him to Elite Eight, Sweet 16s. His best team may have been the COVID fucking year. He may have won a national championship for all we know that year. But he had a hell of a run. He had a hell of a run. Good coach, and definitely did a lot better at Florida State than some other guys have done at other programs.
His tree is really good too, man. Dennis Gates. I want to say there's a couple others too that over the years, because remember he was at Miami, and so he went to the Wizards, the Bullets, Wash Up Bullets, Wizards, whatever the fuck you want to say. But he was at Miami prior to that, back in the 90s with Steve Edwards and Constantine Popa and Tim James and shit, and they were a solid team. But I want to say he's got a tree. He's got a coaching tree, man. He's a best wishes on his retirement. And yeah, I mean, I think the guy is a little bit underrated when it comes to historical like basketball coaches.
Yeah, I mean, he did well at Miami, and then I mean what he did at Florida State for the last 2 decades. I'm just pulling up. What did he finish wins wise? He won almost 700 games.
Yeah, Andy Enfield. There we go. Andy Enfield, was that one at Miami? Or was that at Florida State?
He's been at Florida State since 2002.
Yeah, he's a hell of a good coach, man. He did good coach, man. Best wishes. Yeah, dude, you're retired. You're a millionaire. Go fucking sit on the beach, enjoy a cocktail. Know that you're a goddamn winner. All right. Next up, Iona, 90. Fucking Sacred Hot, 88. I don't even remember what the fuck I picked on this. I didn't bet this game. What'd you do here?
I think I had Sacred Heart, no bet.
Yeah. We did cash on Mount St. Mary's though. 62-52. They got it done against Marist. You ate shit with LSU as A&M won by 14 in Baton Rouge. Utah State beat Air Force by 40. I think that job might open up. I think that job might open up.
Trying to think who would be
Greg Popovich. He's an Air Force alum. See if you can bring him back. He doesn't want that grind.
They should hire Tad Boyle. He'd be great at Air Force.
He would. This game, you know, I gotta give this game its flowers because I do think I labeled this a stupid game, but goddamn, did they give us a classic? I didn't watch one goddamn second of regulation.
Is this Notre Dame Cal?
Yes.
Oh,
I turned that shit on in overtime. Oh my God. Oh my God. Notre Dame 112. We bet Notre Dame, by the way.
And we lost.
We ate shit on this. Notre Dame 112, Cal 110. Marcus Burton went for 43, but I believe like 30 of that shit was in overtime.
I was gonna say, is that even impressive when you play an extra game? It means you really went for about 15 to 20.
I think about that. I think about that comment the other night I got saying you can't call these games shitty. It's unprofessional. Well, I mean, first off, you're listening to us. You know what I mean? We're not going to be super professional, but at the same time, all right, I was wrong. This game was awesome. Turns out this game was great. Yeah, and we ate shit on it. So it's the ultimate karma. Your thoughts?
I don't even know where to start. I'm with you.
I didn't watch any of it in regulation. None.
So I think everybody see my setup on Twitter. Like it was one of the 4 screens on like the small screen, and I was like, I just kept like looking over and be like, wow, that looks like an entertaining game. There's nobody there, but entertaining. And then I go, oh wow, somebody else is in the lead. Oh wow, that thing's in overtime. Oh wait, no, they're in double overtime. Holy shit, they're in triple overtime. Holy goddamn shit, they're in 4 overtimes. So then I finally go, all right, let me put the volume on in the 4th overtime. Like it took 4 overtimes for me to go, all right, I want to hear what's going on in this game. Total shit show. Good game.
Unbelievable game. Yeah. We cashed on UMBC getting a ridiculous number. Only lose by what, 11? We cashed on Kansas. This is a little sweatier than I thought it was going to be.
They don't make it easy.
Say what?
I said they don't make it easy when they win, do they?
This was a little sweaty. I mean, it's another leg of the parlay I had. I mean, Dickinson went for 33 and 10. Just give him the National Player of the Year already. But
I'll give him credit. He played well today. He's actually played well over the last 2 weeks, but he still is softer than Charmin.
Yeah. And then, well, I gave away a SWAC parlay to my loyal clientele yesterday. If you dial 1-800-PICK-DUNDEE and you waited for 3 hours, you got my SWAC parlay. Do you remember? I kept it. This is how you know that I know what the fuck I'm talking about here. I kept it to 3 teams because that's all the edge was. The 3 teams were Florida A&M and the points. And guess what? Bethune wins by 1. Florida A&M was getting, I think, 4.5. And we cashed there. I dove into the stink with Texas Southern against Prairie View. Texas Southern wins by 12. They covered the 6.5, whatever the fuck that number was. And then Alabama State diving into the stink. 12-point win against Grambling. The SWAC parlay hits yet again. That's what I do. Hi, how are you? Buddy, your comments on why I should be the SWAC commissioner?
You should give me a tip of the cap because I literally said on the show last night, I'm purposely not locking up.
That is true.
Games because I'm going to give you the assist. I'm going to just throw it on a tee for you.
That is true.
Break the defenses. I'm going to get.
If you would have bet these games, I would have been winless. I would have been bitching about the SWAC. That's true.
Yeah. Don't you remember? I'm racist because I don't bet the SWAC.
Well, you probably were pretty terrible prior to that. If I'm being honest, on betting the SWAC.
I'm more of a MEAC guy. I'm a MEAC guy. I don't do the SWAC.
I mean, that's what 3 and 4 weeks.
Yeah,
it's free show.
Thank God you don't have a SWAC Monday because Mondays have kicked your ass.
Mondays have kicked my ass because I tried to get cute. Yep. It happened organically on Saturdays. Yep. And this is once again, like that's us playing that Chinese, the massage parlor music. You can't force it, man. It's got to be organic. Battle of the Valley happened and San Jose State beat the shit out of Fresno State. I'm glad you talked me off potentially betting this. I was thinking about betting Fresno. Great win for Tim Miles and company. And then I forget what you got with West Virginia, but you're welcome. Did you hit on this or no?
No, I ended up pushing. I had 7.
Okay.
Dude, they were up like 30. They're up like 30 in this game and completely choked. But hey, 19 wins, 10 and 10 in league play, and a bye. I mean, what a first year for DeVries looking back on it. And his son got
right.
His son got hurt.
You are really right. Yeah, great. See, I stayed away. I guarantee you, had I played that, UCF loses by 6. What would have been my next part? If I was to play another game, it would have been Alcorn. I think, or yeah, probably Alcorn or Jackson State. But those lines were stinky. And Alcorn won by 2 against Arkansas Pine Bluff, and our boy Doc Bradley
the game.
20 points, 10 boards, 5 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. This motherfucker is the best player. He's better than Hunter Dickinson. Doc Bradley is better than Hunter Dickinson. Tell you that right now. Come on, KU, self, make the call. Then we cashed on the Richmond Spiders. Plus the points. I can't believe they lost this game though. The money line should have hit here. The money line should have hit here. Creighton destroyed Butler. Pitt destroyed BC. I know you ate shit there.
All right, I finally lost a Pitt bet. All right, I guess I can put my shirt up in the closet. I was getting ready to wear it again. No eat shit Pitt shirt tonight. It's been getting too much use lately.
I ate shit on Ole Miss. I'm not sure if you went with me or not. Ole Miss lost by 19. Bad play. Florida is the best team in the country, in my opinion. Florida looks so fucking good to me.
They look really good. They look really good.
Every fucking night, even in their losses, they look good to me. Then we did. I can't believe we cashed on this. Virginia Tech plus 18.5. They only scored 47. Perfect. We cover by the hook. Unbelievable. I can't believe we cashed on this. I turned it off when we were getting our ass whooped, and I was like, I can't watch this shit. Your thoughts on this one?
I mean, I'm glad we won the bet. Let's transition over to Clemson. 18-2, like Louisville. 26-5. Clemson is 26-5.
I don't know what like. I think Brownell's a good coach, but I'm saying like I don't know if is that more of the ACC being down or is that Clemson being a legit contender?
No, I don't think they're a legit contender. I will say they beat Kentucky though in the non-con.
I mean, they went to the Elite Eight last year, man.
Well,
they got tournament experience.
Yeah, that's where I'm impressed. Where they went to the Elite Eight last year, they tasted it. Now they're going 26-5. All you can do is beat who's in front of you, and you got to give Louisville and Clemson both a lot of credit.
I'm with Caleb. I trust Clemson more than I do Louisville.
Oh fuck yeah. Yeah. Louisville's cute. Louisville's losing the first round. They're not.
I mean, they could win it. It depends who they draw, but yeah. I mean, I'm not Louisville. A great rebound year, but I'm not buying into a deep run. Doesn't mean you can't, but I got to see the bracket.
Yeah. Clemson. I think Clemson's legit, which means they're probably going to lose in the first round because when you have high expectations for Clemson, that's when they let you down.
It's true. Ask Rick Barnes. Well, no, that was because of Rick Barnes. I can't remember if you went with me on this or not, but Fairfield at home against Quinnipiac. Get this bullshit out of here. I went in on the Stags. I think we double locked this, right?
This is a rigged game.
Of course it is.
You see the line?
74. What do you mean? The movement?
Yeah, the line dropped from 8 to 2.
Oh, no, I didn't see that.
Yeah. Quinnipiac rested their starters once they realized they clinch outright.
Oh. Yeah. I didn't watch the second of that game, so I have no idea.
Well,
I bet it, and I know I cashed, so I was like, okay.
Yeah, and Fairfield had to have the game to get eligible for the tournament. So that was the line moved 6 points. How about that?
Yeah. Wild. I didn't even catch that either. Even on the pregame show, I didn't catch that. Did eat shit here though. I took East Tennessee State and wow. I mean, Wofford second half just put it on them, shooting 41% from 3. My future's cooked, and these pesky Terriers are alive and well.
Big time win.
Your thoughts?
My thoughts were I thought ETSU was the better team in the first half. Wofford closed the gap and then continue that momentum. Now they play VMI in the semis, so we're gonna get Wofford or VMI in the championship. Welcome to the show.
I love the SoCon. Always delivers.
Tournament.
Shout out to 357 Colby and Max. World Series winner predictions. Don't say the Dodgers. I mean, I don't know baseball good enough for that, but I mean, I watch a lot of MLB, but I haven't even looked at like the free agent signings and shit. So I mean,
Nationals,
Orioles.
Yeah, Nationals, Orioles, World Series. Let's go.
I don't want to. I mean, I appreciate the donation, and I try to fulfill every one of your questions, man. But once the season starts, that I'm a MLB fan like that, where it's like I don't pay attention to the signings. Once the season starts, I get into. I watch every game. I mean, not every game, but a lot of more than your average fan. Because I just like betting on sports and I like, but I don't really form an opinion. Ask me 2 months into the season, I could give you a much more qualified answer. But yeah, so Orioles.
Probably the Yankees or Dodgers, if we're being honest.
Yeah. I mean, I know more about college than I do pro, but I still I dive into MLB. I mean, because they do day games better than anyone.
Yeah,
they should do more day games.
Yep, they should. They really should.
They drop the ball more than anyone too, though. Like they should.
They should have Friday more.
Oh, they should. I mean, with 162 games, you would think you could almost do like 12 hours of baseball every single day. Like they just phone it in and just say, "Well, let's do what they were doing back in 1920."
7:05 first pitch, and then the Blue Jays go, "We're gonna go 7:07," and they go, "Wow, that's really innovative."
It's so like I'll never understand. Like, hey, let's start all of our games at majority of our games at once. We're all in the same time zone. If they just spread that thing out, I think they would get over a 10-year span because you have to build that. It's a different era in the 1950s or some shit. Even when I was a kid, you couldn't catch. I remember listening to Orioles games on the fucking radio or Bullets games when they were playing like West Coast.
Yes.
I remember listening to them on the fucking radio. Like it was a different world then. So you would value going to the game so much more. Now it's almost like you can be part of the fucking team and watch every game. So to me, they haven't adapted. And when I say they, I'm saying like almost all the pro sports haven't adapted to this. If you play more games at different times, I think it's smarter for your over. I mean, TV's bringing in the money anyway. I don't understand why MLB, which has been struggling as a sport, like from a TV view standpoint, why would you not think outside the box? Instead, you're still going with that like 1920 shit of like, hey, let's play all the games at this time. That's the way it was. That's the way it was back then. Am I wrong?
No, you're not. That's how it used to be. I mean, and I love baseball. Definitely a better sport to go to in person than watch on TV. But yeah, they could do a lot better with the structure and creativity.
Yeah. Yeah. Hampton, how about these fucking Pirates?
Dude, what a story. What a story.
I want them to win the fucking conference. Come on, let's go. Hampton 70, Northeastern 65. And they were down 8 at halftime. George Beal wasn't putting up with that bullshit. He had a big game. Great win. Lowell, I ate shit on Lowell. Maine beat him by 8. Bad play. Also, Bradley Valpo. I stayed away. You went in on Valpo. I think you cashed on Valpo. This game was actually awesome. I thoroughly enjoyed watching Valpo and Bradley. I'm happy with the outcome because I've always been a closet Bradley fan. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean Valpo. I mean, they all right was on fire again. I mean, good Lord. And I thought for a second there that they were going to get over the finish line once again and get to the championship game. But I am looking forward to Drake Bradley round 3 tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a great game. It's just a great game. Shout out to Steven in the chat, giving us $5. Whoa. Louisville has a veteran team. They have guards to make a run. One of the only teams that have 4 different guys to score 30 plus this year. I think Louisville, it depends on the bracket to me. I trust Clemson more because we saw Clemson go to the Elite Eight. I also think the ACC is so bad that it makes it very hard to gauge how good you are. I have nothing against. I hope Louisville goes to the Final Four. That would be a great story. I just don't. I need to believe it a little bit more. Just because you're beating up on the shitty, like the worst I've ever seen the ACC ever in my life. I just don't buy in all the way, and a lot of it is when I watch them. Now I will still say that they're ahead of schedule. Kelsey's doing a great job, but I just am not all the way there. I've taken the dogs a lot against Louisville, mainly because they don't pass the eye test to me like all the way as being like super legit. Do I sound crazy here, Mac?
No. I mean, Louisville's been a great story, but they have overachieved. They were 5-5 in the non-con against the teams. I mean, Tennessee drilled them.
That was also when Kelsey was very like. I understand them being better today than they were then because of year one.
Correct, but they also haven't really played anybody for 2 months outside of Duke, who they got killed by. Clemson.
They did fuck up SMU though.
They did, but I mean, fucking SMU.
That was a lock battle win for Dundee. That's how I remember that.
Yeah. But I mean, they've done what they're supposed to do. Now, I don't know how good they are, but they're a prime candidate if they're a 4 or 5 seed to get picked off for sure. Like they would be the number 1 team I would pick against if I saw them as a 5 seed.
It matters the matchup. It matters who they're playing to me. Southern won by 14 against Alabama A&M. They covered by 0.5 point. Unbelievable. I didn't want to touch that, but I was on the Southern side. And then Duke, Carolina. Duke 82, North Carolina 69.
Oh fuck, we not cover this game.
Oh man, I mean Carolina had the lead at what point? What point was that? I mean, I will say Duke was in fuck you mode. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like what? 12 minute mark, 14 minute mark, up 7. But god damn it, man. You know who's super impressive to me? Canopel or whatever the fuck his name is. Every time I see Duke games, I'm taken back by. He's a fucking beast. He's a beast, man.
Yeah, he makes shots.
I like his basketball IQ too, man. I just Duke's a hard team to get a read on too because they look so fucking good. They're destroying all these teams. Part of me is like I should fade them in March because they're youth. Part of me is like they're super legit. They can go far. And then part of me is like the ACC is so bad. I don't know what to deduce from that. But I'll tell you this was a gut check game. When Carolina took that lead, the way they did at home with that crowd, Duke probably deserves a game ball because that was a gut check that they probably haven't had a gut check like that, but like 2 or 3 times since conference play started. One of those being Clemson. I don't even know what the other one would be. I guess the NC State game in Durham would be the other one.
Yeah, I to your point, I was super impressed with Duke tonight. Honestly, tonight was the most I've been impressed with Duke in about maybe 2 months. Just because
the Illinois game.
Yeah, I mean, but Illinois was half sick and all that bullshit. Tonight was Carolina's got to have the game. They took the lead. I was like, all right, finally Duke's going to have a little bit of adversity, and they came back, won the game, won it going away. So Duke, I mean, you're feeling good about yourself right now. To your point, though, I mean, they're young. Flag, Knipple, James, and those guys, and Proctor played well again tonight as well. I'm interested to see when it gets hard in the actual tournament, just because the other reality, Carolina's not a good team.
Hold on, I wanna like because I see the comments here. UNC is trash. That was not impressive. That was impressive because
It's
I know this.
impressive from a rivalry standpoint.
I was about to say I know this rivalry.
Yeah.
All right, I know this rivalry really fucking good. I've probably watched every game since goddamn 1989 or something. I really believe. Maybe one I was on a flight or some shit. I don't know, but that was a gut check game to me, and especially with a young team. Duke is a young team. One of the flaws that if you had to pinpoint to me,
yep,
that I would be a skeptic of would be Duke so young in March. I don't know if you could win, especially the way this sport has trended over the past 10 years. Like, go look at all these Final Four teams. They're normally veteran fucking teams. They normally have a lot of starts. Duke does not fit that. But man, I got to give them credit. Like,
no, tonight was their most impressive win of the year, and I don't even think it's close. Like, I know everybody was impressed.
I think the Illini game was up there though. Gillespie says, I mean,
I'm more impressed about tonight than the Illinois game.
I don't know. I mean, both. Well, the Illinois game was a neutral site, which was a Duke crowd.
Yeah, neutral, exactly. And Illinois had guys in and out of the lineup, but like, no, tonight, I mean, true road game. Carolina's got to have the game like blood. But to my other point, my only concern with Duke is if they actually play a physical team that's veteran led. Like Carolina also sucks, but it's a rivalry. That's where I was impressed.
Yeah, I like. I mean, Carolina is a 20-win team in a bad ACC. How do I say this? Like, I think Duke's a team to me that I think they're a hard team. They remind me of Gonzaga a few years ago because the WCC was that bad that it was like this.
Mm-hmm.
Duke lost at Clemson. Duke beat the shit out of Louisville, but it was Pat Kelsey and they got him. Am I crazy? Was that game in December?
It was like early December.
I thought it was like December 4th or 5th.
Yeah.
So you caught Pat Kelsey in the first month of his job, and credit to you, you got it done. You have a bunch of freshmen, right? They're in their first month of their job. But I also think that it's been really hard to get a gauge. But I can tell you this, man, I do buy into their athleticism. And one of the things that I think is the most impressive about in general, when I watch them, they seem to be well prepared. That's the thing that that stands out to me, I would say, about this team. But that could be a result of how shitty the ACC is. But I don't know.
So I'm gonna throw a little devil's advocate here. How does Jai Lucas leaving impact that? Because, he is an assistant coach. I mean,
yeah.
Everybody says he's qualified for the Miami job. Two things can't be true. He's either good at his job at Duke, or he's not ready for the Miami job. So, if he's as good and he's prepared for the Miami job, then Duke should take a hit over the next couple of weeks from a preparation mentality standpoint. He recruited a bunch of these guys.
Yeah.
That's where I'm interested with this whole Lucas thing, because we've never seen this before.
But I just love Duke's such a fascinating enigma from covering the sport, because you have so many people that hate Duke where they will put their blinders on, and so many people that love Duke and they'll put their blinders on. Like, I see the chat saying, don't forget Duke lost to Kansas, but they start a bunch of fucking youth. They played Kansas, November 20th? I have no idea. Somewhere right around then, right? Kansas is full of veterans. DeJuan Harris has won a natty. Hunter Dickinson has been in college forever. That doesn't shock me. They
won because Dickinson got ejected. That's why Kansas won,
right?
Yeah. Dickinson got ejected with 10 minutes, and Kansas won the fucking game.
Yeah, look, you guys know me. I like to think if you're a new listener, I hate Duke. I grew up hating Duke with a passion. My favorite team growing up was UNLV because they beat the shit out of my brother's team. My brother's a Duke fan, but I also both can be true. Where I look at Duke and I go, man, they're super fucking impressive. They look way more athletic. They're so better defensively. And, Cooper Flag got in foul trouble tonight too. And they were able to battle through that. And I thought I was super impressed again by Duke.
If I had to make my prediction, they'll lose in the Elite Eight. I think I predicted that preseason. I think I'm going to stick with that. I think their youth and not being as battle tested gets them in like an Elite Eight against a tough veteran coach team like St. John's or Sparty. I think they go out in the Elite Eight.
I mean, my brother NC Nick, diehard Duke fan, probably watched every game since goddamn Mark Allery. He's even said like, man, I hope St. John's doesn't get that side of the bracket. But I'll tell you this, man, if they get,
I hope they don't see Izzo either. Remember, Izzo got the Zion team.
Yeah, the bracket is everything, though, man. I need to see that because it wouldn't shock me. I mean, what I am surprised about, and what I would love to watch, is honestly think about since we've had the portal and NIL, there hasn't been a team with this many underclassmen get to the Final Four. Think about it.
Yeah,
like every team, juniors and seniors, pretty much. Maybe you have one or two. Like every team in the Final Four since NIL and the transfer portal became a thing. Am I wrong?
I'm trying to think. From
like 5 years deep, I would say. Since Virginia won the Natty, 6 years deep. We didn't have the tournament in 20, which the
young teams have not won.
They don't even get to the Final Four, man.
That's why I think they're going to go out in the Elite Eight.
Well, this is what I'm saying. This is why they're must watch in a way, because it's like, could they be the outlier here? I'm a skeptic too. I think you got to have experience.
I think the sneaky game for them too is a round of 32. Let's say they get a underseeded SEC or Big 12 team, or hell, even UConn. Like, say they get UConn or Kansas as their 8th seed. Yeah, that would be. I mean, they've already lost to Kansas. That would be a hard game. A team that has culture and experience. I think that's where Duke could get chipped. Is these teams that have been there, done that, and just have been more battle tested over the last 3 months.
It's going to be fascinating. I can't wait for all this stuff. Even
UConn is definitely going to be their 8th seed. I would bet money on that. The TV networks are going to fucking make that happen.
What do you mean? Like 18 in the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, UConn's like a projected 8th seed. Like they're going to make UConn be the 8th seed in Duke's region so they can get that Sunday afternoon.
Will get more love than that. I think they'll be much higher up.
UConn? Yeah, I think UConn's an 8.
UConn will probably go to the Big East Championship. And then at that point, they're going to get the favoritism of they've won the last 2 national championships. They'll probably be like, I don't know, probably 2 or 3 spots higher, I think. No?
I've seen them 8, 9 everywhere. They don't have that good a resume.
I don't know. I mean, that would be super compelling. But
if they could get that UConn Duke game Sunday prime time, they would be all over.
That would draw a huge fucking number.
Yeah.
We ate shit on North Carolina. We took the 11.5. Of course, they lost by 13. We also ate shit with Arkansas State. Man, I'm so pissed off because honestly, I was laughing. I watched this game, and a good chunk of this game, Marshall was up. And I said, this is perfect. The 5 seed's going to beat the 3. It's going chalk in this fucking conference with this dumbass bracket. It's working out in the favor Beanick wanted, which is still ridiculous, but it's still.
Well, but it's not because the 2 best teams had to play today. And the 2 teams that are not the best 2 teams had a bye.
Yeah. Well,
so
we'll find out, but yeah, I think so. We ate shit with Long Beach State, man. Long Beach State was up at one point too. I felt good about this. I don't know why watching this game. There was a point where Long Beach was kind of drilling them. Both ate shit on both those games. We double locked both those, ate shit. But Binghamton, baby. Hold on. We should talk about this game. Did you catch this game at all?
Binghamton, no. Fill me in.
Oh my God, man. Binghamton makes a game tying shot to send the game to overtime, but their coach calls timeout. And this is a great question. And I didn't know this. And first off, the camera work was not the greatest in the AE. When do you validate the timeout? Like, he was in shooting position. This shit is going up. Timeout by the coach. No basket.
God, yeah, I hate this shit.
I mean, you gotta be sick to your fucking stomach if you're a Binghamton fan.
Yeah.
Because he drills this fadeaway shot, but man, and I don't know that the ref got it wrong. What is the rule book on that? Like, once you do the shooting motion, is that a like?
Is it treated like the 3-second rule?
Yeah, I would love to know these amateur announcers had no fucking idea, but you're watching the replay and I'm watching him go in and you see the coach go to timeout, but I'm like, God damn, the ball is like, it might have been out of his fucking hands when the timeout happened.
Yeah.
But God, if you're a Binghamton fan, that's fucking brutal because the whole crowd reacted when he tied it up with 5 seconds left or whatever it was. Man, this shit was brutal. But I mean, they cashed for me. I'm glad. I mean, in a way, I'm glad it didn't go to overtime. It was a 2-point game at the time. Albany made 1 free throw, but man, to have your season end on that is fucking hard. That's a hard take, man. That's a hard take.
Gut check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially because they came out of the timeout and they turned the ball over. That's how they got the free throw. They came out of the timeout, they turned the ball over. Your Weber State team, 13-point win against Sac
Don't
State.
sleep on us, baby. Don't sleep on us.
Wildcats alive.
Coming for you, Northern Colorado.
Shout out to Anthony Aguirre. Appreciate you been watching us for the past couple of years. You live in Vegas. We will be, I told you, at Stadium Swim at the Circa. Come on out. I have a hotel room there at the Circa. So, I mean, I'm sure we'll bounce around some, but the 17th, right? Isn't that? Let me check my ad read here. 19th. Yes.
19th.
Am I wrong? Is it the 19th? 19th. You're right. 19th. Yep. 19th. The 19th, I will be, and the whole crew. I mean, I don't know when everyone's flights get in, so just come out. We'll be there. That's a party on the 19th. We'll also be there Saturday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then I fly out on Sunday morning. So, come on out, hit us up, and appreciate you. 357 says, Colby and Mac, do you think that Alaska should have college sports teams? If so, which sports? Yes. Appreciate the donation. Football too. I mean, what's Alaska's population? What's Alaska's population? That like, to me, like, there's no excuse that you don't have an FCS team.
Alaska's got
Alaska's population
750,000 people.
Is what, 740,000 people.
Yep.
You should have a fucking, what's that?
I said 750,000.
Yeah. I mean, you should definitely have a D1 basketball team and at least a D1 football team, whether FCS or not. I understand the mileage plays a role. Yeah, but still. Yeah. Still, the world's smaller. Like, Hawaii started that football program back in a while ago, so why not? Yeah, you should. And another thing I'll say while we're on this show: bring the Great Alaskan Shootout back. One of my favorite memories ever is Bob Huggins and fucking Melvin Levitt, the full touchdown pass to beat Duke at the Great Alaskan Shootout. Somebody bring the Great Alaskan Shootout back. It's fantastic.
Shit, Alaska's got almost as many people as Rhode Island.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like,
population wise, and Rhode Island's got 2 teams, Providence and Rhode Island.
And there's no pro sports, so it would probably kill. It would probably destroy there.
Yeah.
It would be like
Be the big
Montana's
one.
FCS team. It would be like lit every fucking time, and then that would be your advantage. Players will go anywhere. I mean, I like you, especially in the NIL era. You get all these businesses cutting down trees, fucking all this other crazy shit. You get out there, this fisherman. I watched that goddamn show. This crazy fisherman sitting up there on those boats. I mean, that's a crazy ass job. Honestly, that's got to be top 5 worst job. I know they pay well, but I'm saying, fuck that, dude. Just getting drenched in fucking cold Pacific Ocean all day in storms.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Alaska, fix this shit. Let's go. Shout out to Weber State, getting it done for you. We ate shit on USC, and boy, did we eat shit on this one.
Did they? What the fuck was this game? UCLA fucked them up.
Unbelievable. Cal Baptist only won by 2 against Arlington.
I fucking hate
them. What else do we got? Valley beat Tarleton. Shout out to Valley. Big year for Utah Valley.
Huge.
You hit on Syracuse though, buddy.
I know. And trash games are good.
Yeah, and by the way, Tarleton did cover for us. Oklahoma, Texas. What a game. We cash Oklahoma money line. Fuck you. Texas officially eliminated, right?
Yeah, let's say like get to the semis, and they ain't getting there. So Rodney Terry's fired, and that job's going to be open. There's no way he's back.
I think you're probably right.
There's no way. I mean, they have too much money. They had that arena's fucking nice.
Oh yeah, man. It's Texas. Come on.
They should hire Chris Beard.
Yeah. Tell the police department.
I mean, fuck. He's the one that built it. He's the one that built that.
I don't even think he would take it though to come back to that.
Fuck
but
that. Yeah.
Hold on. So I had like a 10 game parlay. St. Louis and Duquesne played. Final leg of the parlay.
Hilarious game.
Final leg on the parlay. I had a chance to hedge. I said, no.
St. Louis is going to fuck them up, right?
Well, I had a chance to hedge at the cash out option. I had that option at like the fucking 5-minute mark of this game. Said, no, St. Louis will rally. They send the game to overtime, which is exactly what I needed because I knew mathematically laying the 5.5 that I got, there's no way that we can get there in regulation, but we can get to overtime. We can get it. They have a 5-point lead in overtime. 5-point lead. Duquesne turns the ball over at about the 30-second mark. And then St. Louis passes to their best player, Gibson Jimerson. 35 points on the night. 35 points. At this point, there's probably 10 seconds left in the game. I'm up 5. All I need is one free throw. Of course, it's a 1-and-1. He misses. He misses that free throw. And of course, since they're up 5 with like 8 seconds left, they're unprepared for the rebound. And they're phoning it on the rebound. Duquesne just grabs the ball, goes up court, and makes a 3 at the buzzer, which who cares at that point? But I'm saying had he made the free throw, the defense would have been set up to get back a little bit. This was cashed. I can't believe it. When I saw them foul Jimerson, that's who I wanted at the free throw line. This was fucking cashed. I'm talking hundreds of dollars. Hundreds of dollars. My wife was eating her dinner next to me as this happened. And I think she still hates me right now. So, because my dog is very sensitive, Muddy Waters, great guy. But once I start yelling at the TV, he decides to phone it in. He says, I'm out of this room. So then you piss off the dog, which pisses off the wife. Yeah. Also, how much can I be mad at one game? This motherfucker scored 35 points. 35 points, Mac. 35 points.
I mean, they should have lost the game of regulation, though.
But okay.
They were down 6 with the minute left.
No, you're right. You're right.
I don't know how they got into overtime. Swope made those 2 threes, and I was like, whoa.
No, I mean, you're right. You're right. Like they should have, but that's why I didn't cash out. Is I thought they could get the game to overtime, and I just think hedging's for pussies. But I thought about cashing out, right?
Yeah.
But man, this one hurt when I saw them foul up 5 when Duquesne turned the ball over. St. Louis had the ball at 5 with 12 seconds left. They're fouling. You think it's in the bet. You think you got this.
Yep.
Because they're like, okay, it's their best player. He's been going for 35 tonight. They're going to get you to 7. And then the defense will be prepared for anything and then it'll be over. But no. Anyway. We ate shit there. Northridge drilled Hawaii by they battled back, by the way. When I was watching early on, Hawaii was beating them. Texas Tech, woo! Arizona State, they got to fire. They got to fire. You can't lose like this at home. You can't lose like this at home.
I mean, they got annihilated again. Like, why would you bring Bobby Hurley back? For what?
How about this score, by the way? I was checking my in-game bets, or like I was looking at in-game bets. And I saw South Dakota was plus 34.5.
Oh my God.
This was we ate shit. We bet South Dakota.
Oh,
Omaha. And I didn't even take the 34.5 because I was shell shocked. I was so shell shocked that I was like, nah, I don't fucking know where this is going. I don't know where this one's going.
Dude. What the? How is this Omaha team fucking winning like this?
Unbelievable! Unbelievable!
And they're in. They're already in.
They're in, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But man,
the Tommies is a lock of the century tomorrow. Omaha's partying right now. They're in the dance. They're so fucking happy.
Unbelievable!
They're fairly Dickinson from 2 years ago.
You want to lock battle with Furman? 95 Sanford. You lost 3 times to Furman. You fucking bum ass team. You're a bum ass team. Furman wins by 17. What a dominating performance. The SoCon is the SoCon. We double locked Monmouth. Monmouth 65, Hofstra 60. Fullerton covered for me against Riverside. Seattle did not cover. So yeah, Utah, Dixie State covered. Pepperdine. We got to talk about Pepperdine. They won by 4 against Oregon State. I took Pepperdine. I didn't think they'd win, but I took the points. Wayne Tinkle, unbelievable. Fuck up here.
Is he hot?
I mean, he's still, I guess in his argument, he's like, well, I won 20 games. What do you do with that? You drop down a tier, you still won 20 games. So it's like,
he's a nice guy. So he'll be back next year. I guarantee it.
Old Dominion.
They might extend him.
I mean, I don't know though. What's his contract? I wonder what his contract is.
Dude, he's got to be coming up on a fucking expiration contract. The Final Four or the Elite Eight was like 4 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, but is this year a good year or a bad year? What do you define it as?
Average.
You stormed the court against Gonzaga. You beat them, so it's like I don't know what. We've never seen many teams drop down. Just them and Washington State are the only ones that have dropped down.
He's got 25. He's got 2 more years on his contract.
Where is Pepperdine going to win this tournament or what?
No. Next year's the year of Oregon State. He'll do enough, and then they'll fucking extend it through 2033.
Probably, I could see it.
Big Tink.
We ate shit on Old Dominion.
All right. Well, I mean, we won 3 nights in a row with them.
It
was a loyalty play.
It justified the means, right?
Yep.
How about this game? SIU Edwardsville 69, SEMO 48. Triple lock or double lock, whatever the fuck it was. We're all over it. And shout out, I know you had Coach on, man. You had Coach on in the preseason. Tell me about that episode and tell me why people should go listen to that because, God damn it, SIU is dancing. It's a school that was in the D2 ranks not that long ago.
Yeah, no, I had Coach Baroni on in August, September, whatever month it was, and he's been there 6 years. He's elevated that program, and it's a great story. I mean, they've set record after record. They had never won 20 games till 2 years ago, and then they win 20 games back-to-back years. They do it again this year, and they get over the hump. So shout out to Coach Baroni, and look forward to having him back on, man. Really happy for those guys, and we'll be pulling from in the madness.
Yeah, we cast our future on that too.
Yeah.
Shout out to Canham in the chat that says WCC fined Oregon State $5,000 for the court storm, which is okay. That's what it should be, $5,000 because it was it's $200,000 in the SEC. But when Tinkle found out, he matched it another $5,000 to help with the California wildfires. I can tell you this: I've never met Wayne Tinkle one day in my life, and I was at WCC Media Days. I just missed his time. I hope to catch him there this next year. But I have had several people validate that he is a very, very good person.
Great guy.
So, I mean, an act like that is awesome. I hope Oregon State wins the fucking national championship next year, but they got their work cut out for him. Baylor plus 4.5. I got 4.5. What'd you get? 3.5?
Oh no, 4.5.
Oh, I cashed. They should have. Yeah. Houston keeps this road warriors, man.
Dude, they're honestly they're incredible. They went 10-0 in the Big 12 on the road.
I told you, man. If ECU entered your Big 12, we would fuck you guys up. You take these AAC teams. You take these AAC teams. You drop them in there.
Samson. You don't.
You talked a ton of shit about how Houston, when they enter, we'll see how life is in the Big 12. Now we can reassess and say, well, life in the Big 12 is very similar to life in the AAC. They did this in the AAC. They're doing this in the Big 12. You got to eat this one, buddy.
Who was their guard that made 6 threes today? LJ Cryer. He played for Baylor for his first 3 years.
They had guys back then, man. They had guys transferred in from big time schools. Sasser was a big time fucking recruit.
My take was pre NIL portal when it really ramped up. Now I can see, dude. Kelvin,
I don't know.
Kelvin's a fucking up. He's unbelievable. They're winning and he just fucking is motherfucking these dudes up and down the fucking sideline. It's great. It's been incredible to watch what Houston's been able to do in what had been the best league in America. I know the SEC is the best this year. But it's been a long time for Houston being in the Big 12. I mean, they should have been in a long time ago if Texas didn't block it.
Yep, 100%. And I will say this also. I mean, the chat's giving me some ridicule over here. I see Willie saying, "Come on, Colby." Well, I'm just gonna mention that you don't have to look that far back. All right, we had a close outing in Greenville with Coach Sampson when he came in there, and we have one that we won in 21, 82-73. So that Hornet's Nest.
Well, is that the COVID year? That was a COVID year. There was nobody there.
I mean, no one there. That ECU would have won by 20 then.
Well, no. So the ironic thing, Houston has not won. Houston has won the regular season like the last 7-8 years. The only year they did not win the regular season was the AAC, the COVID year, and then they went to the Final Four that year.
Yeah. I mean, Willie, I mean, I'm being funny, but at the same time, I do think we should talk about this because I do think there's a narrative. We see this with football. SMU just walked into the ACC and went to the fucking championship game. Right? I think there's a misconception on mid-majors to power leagues. I really do. SMU just went to the ACC championship in year 1 in college football. Houston entered the Big 12 and fucking dominated. Right? That's not a knock at the Big 12 or ACC. I think it's a knock on the perception we have that these conferences are dog shit.
Well, because also when they go to that next league, they get the money that comes with it too.
Well,
So
it excites fan base. It excites the fan base.
Like they already have a good product. They already have a good culture, good program, and then they get that chip on their shoulder coming into the league, and they just run with it. And Houston's run with it, and then SMU in football.
And I believe Cincinnati and UCF would have done the same had they not had the coaching changes they had.
Yeah,
you had Luke Fickell leave for Wisconsin, and you had UCF. You lose Heupel to Tennessee right when they were going to the league, and UCF also lost Danny White, their athletic director, to Tennessee. So it wasn't just Heupel; they lost both. It was like So I do believe there's validity in this. I do. I really do. I think we look at it with the stereotype against them from the start when they're really, really good. I mean, shit. We could go toe to toe on certain things that have happened. Like ECU never. Well, and I'm not even saying ECU. I'm saying whatever, Memphis, whatever. The Navy, Notre Dame's never played at Navy ever. And they've been playing for like 150 years. You know what I mean? Like, I think if you let them have some home games, it changes things. It fucking changes things. I don't think there's a big of a drop off as the masses believe. That's all I'm saying.
The other, and that goes why we're so frustrated with Cincinnati. Cincinnati should have came into the Big 12 and competed right away.
Yeah. Yeah.
The fact that they're not going to go to the dance back-to-back years is head scratching.
I mean, it makes you think maybe you should change. Maybe you should change the coach there. Yep. What a win by UC Irvine tonight. They were getting drilled,
killed.
Oh my God. To me, if you're a Santa Barbara fan, you want to vomit tonight. And shout out to the Santa Barbara fans that tagged me in the photos. They were at the game. I mean, blew a double-digit second half lead. That's a rivalry game too. So shout out to the Anteaters getting it done. And then I can't believe I didn't hit on this. I had BYU minus 11.5. Fuck off. Fuck off. A 19-point lead with 4 minutes left. This is bullshit.
Holy war.
I can't believe I didn't hit on that. But we did double. You want a lock battle there because you took Utah, by the way.
I hate BYU play. They flop so much, man. I know they're good, but they have a lot of Duke in them, man. Like, just in terms of bitching, like with the NBA, Kevin Young guy, and they're good. Yeah. They're annoying to watch. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, they're gonna be even better next year when all that money trickles down.
Yeah, they're fucking pumping that thing in there, man. That's
they fucked up. Example. You don't let BYU into the party. Football, basketball, baseball doesn't matter. They got a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
We double locked Northern Arizona as they won by 13 against E-Dub. San Diego State beat the shit out of Nevada. We ate a pile of shit there.
Dude, they were down 30 at halftime. What the fuck?
That's the worst coaching job in America. 16-15.
Him and Wes Miller.
I think Nevada's worse. I think it's worse.
Yeah.
You had all these veterans coming back.
Yeah, at least he's not playing in the Big 12.
Then exactly. And it was a reloading year for the Mountain West. Colorado State had lost everybody. New Mexico had lost key pieces. Utah State bringing in a new coach after the departure of what's his name, Sprinkle. Then you had San Diego State losing all their veterans. So Lamont Butler's at Kentucky for a reason. You had all this shit, right? Paris to Ohio State. You had all these
good in November. They look good in November. Yeah. I was like, they're good, and they have been awful.
It's unbelievable. It's really fucking unbelievable.
Yeah, he should get the.
They should fire him, but they're not. They're not going to. They should fire him.
Dawkins says that he should get the Indiana job and go. Indiana job. He should be worried about keeping his Nevada job.
Indiana where? IUPUI? Yeah. St. Thomas 85, North Dakota 69. We did eat a bag of shit on this one too.
This result sucks now.
And then Washington State drilled Loyola Marymount by 17. Holy shit, we're finally there. Game balls. We're 2 hours 30 minutes in.
I want to say that I love the Tommies, but I wish they had lost tonight. Now we get
they gotta fix this fucking rule. This is such a dumb fucking rule to have the Tommies sit out. They've proved that they're legit, just like UC San Diego.
Yeah.
And to have these teams sit out, it ruins the sport. We have a championship game tomorrow. That would be an awesome. Can you imagine the stakes?
Prime time, 9 o'clock.
No, but it would be it would be one of the better games of the year, probably, if we could get a real game with the real stakes. Now we know the Tommies aren't eligible, so Omaha is probably not going to try that hard. They're going to maybe try some other different things, but I don't know, man. It's defeating in a way. Let's get to the game balls. Where are you going?
Penn State. Stick it up everybody's ass.
Yeah. I'll go VMI. You'll win like that. Let's go, Key Dance. Win the whole fucking thing.
I hope so.
Where's your second game ball?
Second game ball, Oklahoma. That was a do or die game. They go into soft test Texas and go horns down. Great win.
Alabama beating a rival.
Yeah.
And doing it the way you did it too. Shout out to Cameron, says, please explain the NCAA's actual reasons they cite for leaving them out. So I'm gonna.
I don't even know.
Well, no, I'm gonna. This is the universities. Okay, so they just anteed up the fee for FCS schools to go FBS. It's $5 million, and you have a multiple year wait, just like JMU had to do when they entered to make a bowl or to make a conference championship game. Cannabis Capper, though, it's not that easy. The NCAA is a representation of the schools with the power, right? The schools with the power want rules changed. They are the NCAA is employed by the schools with the power, essentially.
Yep.
All the schools, but specifically the schools with the power. So the schools with the power don't want other schools to just hop in their league and dominate. They don't want the fact that you could just start a university from scratch and have a shit ton of money and say, you know what, we're better than Ohio State or better than Alabama or better than Notre Dame or better than UCLA or USC. So they do this to protect themselves. It is bullshit. And what's crazy is since it's gotten even worse in the past like 5-10 years. And I think that's more of corporate America getting its hand with the TV networks and some of the power schools knowing that this could be a fear. Now that legalization to pay players is a thing, I think they're scared about the possibilities of that. That's why they just took something before. If you were like App State went to the FBS from FCS college football, that penalty I think was something like $800K when to do that they had to $800K, but they still had to sit out the 3 years or whatever it was. Now it's $5 million. They have upped it because they know the smaller schools can't afford $5 million to do that. So they're trying to control their enterprise, and I fucking hate it. I think it's anti-American personally. Like I hate it. And basketball, it's the same fucking way. And they just, I think they upped the ante for that too in basketball as well. I don't remember what the figure is, but it's the power schools. You should hate the power schools, in my opinion. Like if you're directing all that at the NCAA, it's misdirected. The NCAA is employed by the power conferences, essentially. That is a representation of the NCAA. So be mad at Greg Sankey. Be mad at Tony Petitti. Be mad at Jim Phillips and Brett Yormark. That's where it should be directed. Because they're fearful that we could start, that your local community college could have a fucking rich ass dude that invented the next fucking Facebook or some shit. And she could just say, hey, here's $100 billion. be awesome at basketball and football. And then they're saying, wait, we can't have that because we formed the Big Ten. We formed the ACC. Yeah. It's horrible. Third game ball.
I'm going Edwardsville.
There you go.
Edwardsville winning their first ever OVC. I mean, big time. Shout out to our guy, Brian Baroni.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's definitely game ball worthy. Man, I'm trying to think of my final game ball. Which one makes the most sense here? Let's go with LaSalle. Fran motherfucking Dunk.
Yes. Good game ball.
A career well lived. A life well lived. You're not dead yet, Fran. I know you'll drink them under the table at the local watering hole. Hey, you made, you're one of the guys I first got into college basketball as a fan of, and there's a bunch more. I salute you, and I think you did it right. I don't know that with 100% validity, but I believe you did. And yeah, it's a bummer you're not going to be there next year, man. So game ball, let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah. All right. It's only 7 a.m. because of the fucking time difference. We got a conference tournament starting tomorrow.
McNeese.
Yeah. How do I do this shit again? Florida State. Yeah. Leonard Hamilton deserved a game ball too. Maybe I'll do that. Fran and Leonard Hamilton. There we go. It's just Fran was at like Penn killing it, but Leonard Hamilton did his damn thing too. Great coach, both legends, and should forever be remembered. Southland Conference starts tomorrow. Everything's in Lake Charles, Louisiana. McNeese -500, Lamar +850, Nichols, the Nazis +1200, the Islanders +1800, Sela +4,000, Northwestern State +5,500, IDub +11,000, and Houston Christian +15,000 there. All right, I know McNeese is at home.
What a rigged tournament.
I'm taking Lamar. I'm taking Lamar +850. That was a 2-point game. There was a dust up after the game. I think you got to take Lamar here. That it's juicy enough to go in on it.
I will take Northwestern State 55-1. They have a double bye. They have a single bye. They kind of got drilled by McNeese. They covered one out of the two. I mean, you're banking on, can you pick off McNeese and then all hell breaks loose. So they get McNeese the first game potentially off a extended rest. I'll take Northwestern State 55-1.
All right. That tournament starts tomorrow. Can't wait for the action. And now we get to our slate. Michigan State in the series that dates back to 1909. First game of the day. Fuck. Michigan State already clinched, but now they're playing for a 1 seed. That's another thing we didn't talk about is Auburn could potentially be playing themselves out of a 1 seed if they lose early in the SEC tournament and Michigan State keeps winning. Sparty's laying 7.5. The over under at 147.5. I'm laying it.
You're laying it?
I'm laying it.
I think this is Alabama Auburn from today. Give me a Michigan, but I think Sparty wins the game. 1 possession. I'll lock up the Wolverines. Here you go, Beanick.
What am I, Mac? Locking up the Wolverines. Yeah, I'm not battling you. I just think Michigan has looked so bad of late that I didn't think they looked good at all. So I'm gonna lay it.
Foxhole spot.
Yeah, I can see the logic. I'm just gonna lay it. No bet. Next up, Navy Bucknell Patriot League action series goes back to 1923. Bucknell's laying 6.5. I'll take Navy in the points. Bucknell looked like shit the other day. Did that wake them up? I don't care. 6.5 in the Patriot League. Sign me up. Give me the points.
It might have woke him up, but I think Navy's playing at a high level. I'm locking up Navy plus 6.5.
I will join you on this
We're
one.
going to get a 1 to 2 possession game.
I will join you on this one. Give me the point. 6.5 is gigantic in Patriot League play. Next up, cover your nose because it is stinky. Drexel, Towson. Series goes back to 1990. This is in Washington, D.C., not Lewisburg, Pennsylvania. Why is it only 2.5?
Because they've hated Towson all year.
Well, let's lock Towson. Towson minus 2.5 is the play. They'll have the crowd. It stinks, though. Shout out to Ferris, who's listening to us as he's on his way to a job interview. Best wishes, brother. Hope you get the job that you want, and hopefully that leads to everything that you want in life, brother. Let's go. You on board with Towson here?
Yeah. Let's take Towson on the old flow score.
Double lock with these Towson Tigers. Next up, we got I think this might be my favorite game of the fucking day, maybe. Winthrop, High Point, Big South Championship. Somebody's punching a ticket. Series goes back to 99. Remember, they all weren't D1 back then. And then the series might go back further. I just didn't go past D1. High Point's laying 7.5.
Why is the number bigger here than it was for Radford?
I mean, I just have to take Winthrop. I'm going in. I can understand how a High Point being the play here, but Winthrop has been blowing fucking teams out. What are you doing here?
I'm gonna battle you.
Yeah,
I think I High Point got the monkey off their back last year. They lost in the semis to Longwood. They got over the Radford hump. I think they roll tomorrow by 10.
I predicted this battle. Dundee plus 7.5 with Winthrop back on the High Point Panthers. Next up, we are going to Lincoln, Nebraska. Iowa, Nebraska. Donaldson, is this a rivalry game? They say it is. Goes back to 1912.
Does this game mean anything, by the way?
I don't think so. Nebraska's laying 7.5. I will take Iowa in the points, but I will not bet this. What are you doing here?
Whoa, wait. Time out. Nebraska's 7-12. Iowa 6-13. If Iowa wins, do they win the tiebreaker and they're in?
Really? I thought they got eliminated though the other day. No?
They're one game back.
Did they play already once?
Iowa won at the buzzer.
So Iowa would have the tiebreaker. Right?
What's the number?
7.5. Give me Iowa in the points regardless, whether it means something or not.
Give me Iowa on the money line. I'll lock up Iowa. They get Fran to the dance one more time.
Moneyline Mag locking up the Iowa Hawkeyes. I'll join. Let's go. Rivalry game. Give me the points.
This game is for a spot in the Big Ten fucking standings or tournament. That begins Tuesday, by the way, and they're playing Sunday, but Phoenix said they couldn't logistically make it work.
Minnesota, Rutgers. Series goes back to 7-3. Rutgers laying 5.5.
Damn, all these 7 and 12 teams.
I'll take the fucking points. No bet. What are you doing here?
Minnesota just I'm on Minnesota. Minnesota's a fucking wagon on the road for whatever reason.
I'm not betting this game. You betting this?
Yeah, give me Minnesota lock.
Moneyline Mac, lock it up. The Gophers.
One possession game.
East Carolina has taken on Florida Atlantic and Del Boca Raton. Series goes back to 93. FAU's laying 5.5.
ECU lock.
Lock ECU. ECU can still get the 4 seed too. Should be noted. And FAU could get ECU seed. So I mean, there's actually stakes to this.
Fraud too.
Yeah.
I mean, let's go. ECU money line.
Yeah. Why is it 5.5 though? That's the weird thing.
That's a beautiful number for the dog.
That's
because
true.
FAU still got the name recognition, in my opinion.
That's fair. That's fair.
They don't respect the ECU brand yet. Don't worry, we'll make it.
Yeah, money line play. Let's go. Tulsa, Wichita State. Man, I didn't realize this. They got a Wikipedia page for this rivalry and everything. Goes back to 1932. I am currently seeing Wichita laying 11.5. Give me Tulsa in the points. I didn't realize that. I mean, I guess I kind of figured it was a rivalry game, but I didn't realize it was as big as I think. It is apparently. So give me the points in Tulsa. What are you doing here?
I agree with you. Tulsa points, no bet.
Next up, North Texas taking on Temple. It's one of those new games that don't make any sense. Notice how I kind of hate this game. North Texas laying 5.5. I think we should bet Temple.
I think we should bet Temple too, because the game doesn't matter for North Texas. Memphis already clinched, and Temple wins outright. Rigged game.
Double lock with the Owls. Who the fuck are you to question our play here?
Rigged 5.5 number if I've ever seen.
Let's go. Next up, the fire-breathing Dragons of UAB are in New Orleans taking on the Tulane Green Wave. So here's the thing. If Tulane loses, ECU wins. ECU can steal the 4 seed, right?
Yep.
Now, UAB, if they win and North Texas loses, UAB could potentially steal this 2 seed. I'd have to look at the tiebreakers scenario there. But there's if North Texas has clinched the 2 seed, then UAB might rest their players because they can't drop back any further than the 3 seed. They're the 3 seed or the 2 seed, depending on the tiebreaker with North Texas. Did UAB beat North Texas in the regular season?
They split.
So how the fuck they decide that? I don't know.
Their record against Memphis and UAB lost both.
So they're not going to play anybody. So they're stuck at the 3, right? This line, by the way, UAB is laying 3.5. I'll take Tulane.
Wait, no, UAB would win the tiebreaker.
Why would they win the tiebreaker?
Because of their record against Tulane. Because neither of them beat
Memphis.
So,
okay.
Oh, I could be UAB.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
Season, UAB rolls.
I think you're right then. If there's meaning to it, let's lock up UAB. Next up, Colgate American series that goes back 23 years.
Don't insult us with this.
System play activated.
They're a dog. Get out of here.
Colgate getting 1.5 plus 110
points.
I'm with you. Can't wait to watch this. North Alabama Lipscomb. Oh, we're finally here.
Best game of the day.
Lipscomb laying 4.5. ESPN 2. It's at home for Lipscomb, where they annihilated North Alabama just 20 days ago, 19 days ago, actually less than that, 17 days ago, 16 days ago, something like that. Lipscomb's laying 4.5. Lipscomb won by 12. Like I said 2 weeks ago. The line is 4.5 though. Give me Lipscomb minus the points.
No. I'll lock up North Alabama, and they're going to win the game outright. Tony Poolhole and the Lions are dancing. This Lipscomb bullshit out of here.
We got a fucking battle.
This is you're falling for the foo-foo shit.
Now we got a problem. Now we got a problem.
Look, I want North Alabama to win. Well, not until I place this wager. But this is the problem with the home court angle, buddy. Where the fuck is this music?
They've already been there.
Well, I don't get. They bring the head cold,
But they're counting down 7, 6, 5.
What's happening here? Battle. Dundee on Lipscomb. Mac on North Alabama. Why am I on Lipscomb? Because they are at home. They barely won today, which I think they got that out of the way. It's 4.5, which is a crazy spread. But also, let's not forget that North Alabama lost there by 12 just two weeks ago. Now, you could say, well, that's a motivating factor. But the reality is 2 weeks ago probably wasn't nearly as lit as it's going to be tomorrow, knowing that there's a fucking tournament ticket on the line. So I will take Lipscomb, who was the preseason favorite to win this conference. I think they got a little bit more veterans than North Alabama as well. That's the logic.
We got better cards. We got the better coach. North Alabama all day, outright.
My number one game of the day right here. Bradley, Drake. They've been playing since goddamn World War II. Missouri Valley Championship. Drake's laying 2.5. Give me Bradley in the points.
Lock Bradley. They went outright. Duke Dean. They finally get over the hump.
I'm taking Bradley. Yeah, I'm in. Let's go.
How this goes.
Duke Dean's clutch. Yeah. Double lock on Bradley. Next up, Delaware, William and Mary. The series goes back 109 years. They're playing in DC. William and Mary is laying 2.5. I think we should bet William and Mary.
I'm going to take Delaware.
Yeah, we got a battle.
There we go. Battle. Bill and Mary's a fraud. They're freaking overachieved. They're
Delaware's a fraud. They got Campbell without their leading fucking scorer. They got an A&T team with 6 guys.
Get the momentum. Now they get Bill and Mary. Come on, Delaware.
Now we got a problem. Now we got a problem.
We got a battle. Dundee. William and Mary. Mac on these blue heads. Next up, the Ducks are taking the Oregon Ducks. Washington Huskies. Series goes back to 1908. Oregon's laying 7.5. Give me the points of Washington.
Do you want to bet Washington just like Penn State today? Final game of the year. They get up and at least they beat Oregon to go out. Let's go. Money line.
I'm in. Double lock. Oh, Danny Sprinkle. Sprinkle. That motherfucking money line.
Sprinkle, sprinkle.
Good to see the Pack-8 back. This game makes sense. How about that? Hey, folks, I love this game. It makes sense. They're right there. They're not far away. They've been playing for 150 fucking years. It makes sense.
Are you yelling at clouds again?
Yeah, you know. What's that thing? I got the.
What's you? Who is that up there?
Super Mario Brothers 3, the P-Wing. All right, I got a lifetime version of the fucking P-Wing just yelling at clouds. Next up, UTSA Charlotte. This is a stupid fucking game. I don't care if they have 11 years of history on their side. What's this number, by the way? What are you seeing?
Who cares? It's 1. Give me Charlotte.
I'll take Charlotte too, I guess. No, I'm not betting this fucking game. You couldn't give me free tickets to this game. Next up, Furman, Chattanooga. Now we're talking.
Yep.
The Mocs are laying 3.5. Oh
boy.
I'm on Chattanooga. We battling?
Fuck yeah. Furman's been my team all year. They are going to pick off Chattanooga and get to that title game. Bob Ritchie, baby. Let's go.
We got a battle in the SoCon. Mac on the Paladins. Dundee on the Mocs. Next up, we're going to the Southland Conference. Houston Christian, Texas A&M, Corpus Christi, Lake Charles, Louisiana.
How about it?
Corpus Christi's laying 6.5. I will take Houston Christian plus the points. You can talk me into a bet.
I don't know if I want to bet this one.
I'm good staying off it. Then.
What's your logic on locking them?
Well, I just think it's a big number, but at the same time, Houston Christian has zero experience really playing it in any type of postseason.
Yeah.
That's the scary part.
They don't have the game under their belt. That's where I'm worried. I'm with you. Like, I want to take the points, but I don't know if I feel confident in this one.
Yeah, let's stay away then.
All right.
I'll take Houston Christian the points. Next up, Hampton, Wilmington, and Washington, D.C. Wilmington's laid 8.5. I will take Hampton plus the points. God damn, sprinkle that money line. This is a game. This is going to be a game. What are you doing here?
I'll lock Hampton.
Let's go.
Let's ride the momentum of the dogs in this league.
Double lock the Hampton Pirates.
It's been up and down.
Next up, Arkansas State, South Alabama. This game goes back 19 years.
This line's hilarious, by the way.
Carlos in the chat. Dundee, do you ever lay it? Well, let's see. I laid it with Charlotte -1. I laid it with Chattanooga -3.5. I laid it with William and Mary -2.5. I laid it with Lipscomb -4.5. Yeah, I'd say I've been laying a bunch of shit here. Where's this narrative coming from? Towson -2.5. I took Michigan State -7.5. I mean, shit. 80% of my players are laying it on this slate. What are we talking about here?
Jock Dundee.
Yeah, I'm about to say, like, I don't know if you noticed, the dogs that I'm on right now are what? Washington, Bradley, Colgate, which is a 1 point fucking dog. I also took UAB -3.5, another one of the chalk. ECU, we took the points. Iowa, we took the points. Basically, any rivalry game, we took the points with the exception of Michigan State.
I'm laying the points here.
Yeah, what is this number, by the way?
Arkansas State. So here you go, Beanick. We're going to have the team that had to play an extra game laying 4.5. Arkansas State's going to win by 20.
I'm going to lay it too. I like getting that first game out of the way. And I'll bet this one. Arkansas State -4.5.
There you go. There you go, Carlos.
I see it sometimes in the chat. Dundee's only taking dogs. I'm like, what are we talking about here?
That's because everybody in the fucking chat fucking puts all these -500 fucking money lines together in a parlay like a bunch of idiots. It's like, oh yeah, there might be a dog that wins.
I mean, like I said, I think I've taken like 4 or 5 dogs on the entire fucking slate. Let me just count these really quick. I took Navy, which makes sense. Anytime you get points in the Patriot League, you take it. Also, I took Towson, which is a favorite. So I took Navy, Winthrop, Iowa, Tulsa, Temple, and Bradley, and Washington.
And Lipscomb.
No, they're a favorite. I'm saying that like majority. I've played way more favorites. I mean, how many favorites is this? Like I said, it's Michigan State, Towson, Nebraska. Wait, I'm sorry, I took Iowa. Rutgers is who I laid it with there. Then, wait, did I? I didn't bet that Rutgers game. I think I took Minnesota actually. So yeah, there's one less now. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But my point is I've done way more favorites. UAB is who I was alluding to. UAB was another play of as a favorite that I like. Then Lipscomb, then William and Mary, then Charlotte, then Chattanooga. I mean, really, I played 90% of these are fucking the favorites. Arkansas State. Wofford is taking on VMI.
VMI is a lock.
Now this is a dog. 9.5 points. I got to take VMI.
VMI has more rest coming into this game, and they're getting 9.5. Yeah, VMI all day, and they've played an extra game. They have an extra game on this court, extra momentum. VMI all day.
Well, I also think like Wofford just taking down. I mean, I guess you could say VMI won their Super Bowl too against Greensboro, but I don't know.
360 on the money line. VMI's going to win. VMI's going to beat Wofford tomorrow.
I think it's a game. But I mean, both teams, I guess you could say, both kind of won gigantic fucking games. I'll take the points though. I'll take the points. Double lock. Next up, Weber State is taking on Northern Colorado. Northern Colorado laying 9.5. Yep, I will lay it. Get this Weber State bullshit out of here.
Nope. Starch Madness. Weber is going to win the game outright. Down goes one, like it always does in this league. Weber is going to be how much on the money line? Plus 360. Sprinkle. Let's go.
Money line Mac, lock it up. Weber State.
We're postseason team.
Just because you beat Sac State, this guy, he acts like you just fucking, just stormed Normandy Beach and killed Hitler in the streets.
Weber has covered 6 games in a row now, baby.
Next up, we got Incarnate Word taking on Sela, Lake Charles, Louisiana. Sela will have the crowd, I think, because of that, right?
I would think so, right? But it's on another person's campus, so it's weird, you know?
That is a little weird. That's true. I'm going to take Sela. They've lost 3 in a row, and I'm going to lock Sela.
Let's go.
The points.
I'll take it, David.
Yeah. Double lock Sela minus 3.5. Another favorite done to you. Chalk City here. But don't worry, because I see gold in them there hills. Monmouth, Charleston in Washington, D.C. Charleston laying 6.5. Get this bullshit out of here. Give me Monmouth plus 6.5. Sprinkle the money line. What are we at? Plus 230? I'm in.
You in? Oh, absolutely. Charleston's been a fraud all year. Monmouth is peaking at the right time. Let's go, King Rice.
Plus 230 on that money line. Sprinkle that thing. Next up, Pepperdine. Santa Clara series goes back to the 50. Santa Clara laid 15.5.
15.5?
I'm loading up. Pepperdine in the points. Santa Clara's going to win by like 6. 8. Pepperdine's got 2 games under their wing.
Do they even win?
These games even, dude, it's worth it.
8-1 money line. Pepperdine all day.
Dude, I remember watching this game in December. I thought I want to say Santa Clara won by like 9 or 10, but it was like a 4-point game with like 2 minutes left.
Yeah. Dude, this is Valpo all over again with Bradley. Pepperdin's gonna fuck with them until the very end.
Herb Sendak is your coach, a former NC State guy. 100% this game could be. It's worth just put a few shillings.
8-1, 8-1.
Yeah,
Little
let's
Sunday
go.
night fun day. Let's go, baby.
Double lock on these waves. Next up, Troy, JMU, and Pensacola. One of these new rivalries. Troy's laying 2.5.
Oh, you mean the team that already played is laying points? There you go, B-Nick. There you go with your fucking eyes. Both teams that fucking won today are laying points.
JMU won by 3 the last time they played, but I think Troy has the edge. I'm gonna lay it, dude. I want JMU to win this game, so I'm not gonna bet this, but I think Troy's the right side.
Yeah, Troy, Arkansas State finals.
We should bet this. Actually, we should bet this.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Sorry, Patty C. Troy just makes too much sense. Double lock, Troy minus the points.
JMU won it last year. They're going down this year.
St. Thomas is laying 3.5 against Omaha in Sioux Falls. But wait, Omaha is already in the NCAA tournament. Lock. St. Thomas minus 3.5. Hey, another favorite. What are you doing here?
We've had some telling lines, haven't we? The Tommies might be my favorite play of the day. They're gonna fucking roll their ass.
I agree.
Honor for Omaha.
Yeah.
Tommy all day.
I'm all over this. Tommy's, it's probably the best play of the day. Next up, we got Northern Arizona. Starch Madness, baby. Take it on Montana. Montana's laying 3.5. I will lock up Montana minus 3.5. What are you doing here?
Battle. This is a fucked up league, man. The dog, they already got a game under their belt. Montana, it's going to be a close game, one possession game. Give me Northern Arizona.
It will be a one possession game to that last foul. Right. And Montana will make a couple free throws and you will eat a steaming hot pile of shit.
Rigged game right here. 3.5.
Dundee on the Grizz. Go Grizz. Mac on NAU. Next up, final play on the board. Washington State. The series goes back, goddamn, 75 years. Washington State, San Francisco. San Francisco's only laying 3.5. Give me Wazoo with the points. I have no idea what I'm going to get out of Wazoo. No bet. They could lose by 20.
You know what? I think a lot of people are going to jump on Wazoo because San Fran's shorthanded. I'll lock up San Fran. San Fran smash spot. They'll get ready to get beat by Gonzaga for the 10,000th straight year.
What is that story with Marcus Williams being ineligible? I've seen multiple.
He was gambling. I mean, that's pretty clear.
Oh, okay. So he's a decent dude.
Yeah. All of a sudden all of a sudden we get the scandal and he's not eligible. He was gambling.
But he's in San Francisco. You can't do that on the phone. Are you gonna follow him into Reno?
Oh, maybe somebody else said something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Lotta.
They would never be able to prove it if you told a friend to then tell a friend to drive to the state of Nevada and use cash. They would never, ever know.
Never, ever.
All right. It amazes me. But yeah, I'm going to stay away from that game.
Mark Few, I think, turned him in is what I saw.
Mark had a few. Sure. Best plays of the night. St. Thomas. Let's give away 6.
Yeah.
St. Thomas is certainly one for me. 2. I will go with the likes of 2. I'm going to go William and Mary. 3. At 3, I will actually take the Troy Trojans. 4, Monmouth. 5, Southeast Louisiana. And 6, I will go with the likes of Montana. I almost said Towson. What are you doing? What are you doing?
All right, I'll keep it simple. 3 dogs, 3 favorites. I'll start with the dogs early in the day. Colgate, short dog. They're going to beat American. North Alabama is going to win the A-Sun over Lipscomb. Bradley's going to win the Valley over Drake. In the favorites, Ark State rolls in the Sun Belt in that stupid league. Troy rolls in their semifinal, that stupid league. And then the Tommies roll in that game. Those 3 telling lines, Tommies, Troy, and Ark State all roll.
There we go, folks. Give Moneyline Mac a follow on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac. I'm on Twitter at the Colby D. The College Basketball Experience is on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. I can't wait for tomorrow's games. There's gonna be a lot. We got a lot of battles, a lot of shit talk. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Check out the College Football Experience, the College Baseball Experience, and the FCS College Football Experience, as well as the Sports Gambling Podcast. If you're in Vegas, if you're gonna be in Vegas, or if you live in Las Vegas, don't forget that we will be out there March 19th for a party. But you can meet up with us on the 20th, 21st, 22nd, all that shit. Hit us up. Till next time, folks. This is the College Basketball Experience. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.
My darts, you get ripped apart. Save the cookie cutter mother for 106 apart. Cause of your liquor will I sip your heart. You never dumb it down, dog. If you're smart, I throw out a couple of lines. Fighters are quick to cross. Fishy you on a dick to lie. Piss you off, it goes. Tits and bras, lips and jaws. I use my common sense to see the bitch and all. Good thing you got the market corner. Kids and malls. Grip the red carpet as you slip and fall off. Another career spear. Thanks for trying to block. You get an A for effort and an F for shut the fuck up. Here's a hint. Put down the mic and catch a glimpse. And keep them eyes wide when you see me. Mics, I seize them. So when you see him, you gotta go reason to look. Catch a glimpse. A lot of these heads need to improve their improv. Talent's not a program you download to install. Quality spread. Do hard work, no involve. My peers respect me cause I'm genuinely involved. Beyond gathering names to build up my buddy list. You decide friendships and pounds of suicide and bloody risk. Come equipped or leave empty-handed. They don't call me C's for nothing. See the camera? Smile. Click. Here comes the picture. You act like a child. Manhood don't fit ya. I'll break your whole style down to a bumper sticker. I never need a gun to lift ya. Here's a hint. Put down the mic and catch a glimpse. And keep them eyes wide when you see me. Mics, I seize them. So when you see him, you gotta go reason to look. Catch a glimpse.